Ay, Dios mío. I'm late. Nothing new. Nothing new there. That's old information. Jay is always late. Uh, so doing things differently, if you can't tell. But let's get it all set up before anybody were to join us, shall we? Oh man. Hi Sagittarius, if you're watching this on repeat. What am I missing here? That's there. Drinks are there. There's something I'm missing and I can't figure it out, but say lovey. Different setup this week, guys. This time, guys. Normally for these lives, I was on my laptop. I was like, let's see if I could do it on my phone. I can. This is what it looks like. Maybe it's better. I have no idea. Maybe it's better. I have no idea. Absolutely none. But anyway, so we're gonna give it a minute before we get started. I want to make sure I've got everything. Like this is like I want that further. I'm gonna move you away from me. I'm gonna move you back because, framing is important. I didn't go to school for film, but I know it's important. Can I do no? It's gotta stay here because it's just better that way. So we gotta do that. And let's see if we can get this right. Ay, Dios mío. All right. I think I did it. I think we're gonna be okay. How late am I? 8 minutes? It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. If you're there in the chat, do say hello. Give me, some sign that you're there and that you can hear me. And yeah, we're just gonna get started because I got things I got to do today. This sweater is going. It's not a debut. I wear this like every year, but this sweater is going to a party at a friend's house in a couple hours. So I normally don't wear holiday stuff unless it's for like. I would not be comfortable wearing this outside of a party setting. I'll say that. But anyway, guys, hope everything in your life is going well, Sagittarius. Happy birthday to you again. Merry Christmas to you. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. All the stuff for your season or towards the end of your season here. And I hope you guys have had an amazing birthday season. If you're a first-time viewer, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, welcome. If you are a if you are a returning viewer but not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Do all that fun stuff, guys. Keeps the channel growing, lets me know you like what I'm doing around here. What is this setup? To say I'm discombobulated would be an understatement. But yeah, make sure you interact with the channel and the video in any way possible. That way, I know I'm doing a good job around here. So, Sag, we're going to get started. I'm going to do, normally I do for these lives, I have to start with a general overview for you guys. If anybody ever appears in the chat and if you guys want to ask me a question, feel free. That's what this is for Sagittarius. You can ask any question that you want, and I will answer it with the I can't talk, with the aid of the tarot. But to get started, we're going to start with a general. I'm not pleased with this setup. That's why I'm like, I hate to be rude to not look at you. But that's why I'm looking over here so intently. There's something about one of these things does not belong. That is why I was like, what's wrong here? Because I have never used that deck for these. I was like, something, and this one is a sometime. So, okay. There we go. That looks better. That feels better. I'm happy with that. Are you happy? You don't even know what I'm talking about. But I have all my decks to one side over here when I do the lives. And so I kind of, want to get a visual for them so that when I'm asked a question or I'm going to do a certain reading for you guys, I want to make sure that I can see everything so that I'm told correctly which deck to use. Yeah. So that's what it was. These two interlopers over here. I love those decks. I love them, but I probably won't use them, but I always like to have them around just in case. So let's go ahead and get started with Sagittarius' general for this live. I'm going to get a general overview for Sagittarius right now. Which deck for the general overview for Sagittarius? Ooh. I had a feeling that we were going to do this one at some point with Sagittarius because I don't know. I've just like, got to be honest. I did a little bit of a meditation, even though I was running late. I got it in. I got it in. And I kept getting images from this deck from you, for you guys. So that kind of fits, I think. I gotta find, like, I love this box, but it's just like a pain in the ass to like drag these cards out of it. And I don't really want to put them in a cloth bag for some reason. Maybe because it's the aesthetic, they're like recipe cards. But anyway, let's get into it, guys. A general overview for Sagittarius is right now. A general overview for Sagittarius is right now. In the collective, what's going on with Sagittarius is right now in the collective, general overview. And of course, we'll go into this and we'll go into it with going into looking at your love life, career, health and wellness, stuff like that. If you guys stick around and listen to me the entire time. But let's just do a general overview for Sagittarius right now. If you're there in the chat and you're Sag and you want to get a reading, say hello, tell me your name, tell me your question, or if you just want to sit there and just listen, that's also cool. I'm here for that as well. All right, general overview for Sagittarius right now. What's going on with them in the collective energies? Ooh, I like that. They gave me like a little pat on the back. Let me know it's time. It's time. All right, so let's see what's going on with you guys in the collective right now. Whoa. That was like, that card attacked me. All face down. What's going on, Sag? You keeping secrets? Things are under wrap. All right. All right, guys. You get the Page of Cups. All right. Start out with the Page of Cups. Then comes the Magician. And then here you come. Temperance. Hey. So, guys, like, your general overview, I think, like, something's in the works. Oh, they two together? Something's in the works, but you're really like insecure about what's going on. And this is interesting because they're like, take these two. So with this Page of Cups and the Magician for you, Sagittarius, this feels like something's going on. You're creating something with the Page of Cups energy and the Magician card. But the Page of Cups is it's an underdeveloped energy. It's immature. Not necessarily immature like you're a child and, you know, you're not an adult or something, but it's immature as in it's getting ready. You are preparing yourself, or you're kind of learning the ropes. You're kind of new on the scene. Maybe it's a new job. Maybe it's a new step in your career, new relationships. You know, it's a general, it could go in any direction for you personally, but it's very, I want to say timid. You know, this Page of Cups, he looks a little bit like a rascal. He looks a little bit like he's mischievous, but, you know, maybe that's it. Like maybe you're like starting something new, but you're making mistakes along the way. And those mistakes are kind of embarrassing for you, or, you know, maybe you're judging yourself a little harshly, or you're trying your best not to show that you've made a mistake. Some of you might be trying to hide your mistakes. Ah, right, because all these cards came face down. And I did say secrets, but that could just mean generally like not wanting things to be exposed, or, yeah, just like not shown to the world. So if you're making mistakes along the way in this new career, new relationship, new endeavor in your life, new project, whatever you're doing, I would say don't worry about it, because I think behind you, or rather not behind you, but in tandem with you, because again, I draw 3 cards, but they want me to talk about these two as a combined energy. So with the Magician right next door to your Page of Cups, you're capable. You know, the Magician is major arcana, secondary major 4. I'm gonna blank. Aquarius, thank you. So you might have Aquarius in your chart. You might be dealing with an Aquarius or something like that. It doesn't have to be, but there's this capable energy with the Magician, and the influence of Aquarius here is about evolution and revolution. You know, Aquarius is a change maker, sort of a radical, yeah. So the change you might be going through or the things that you're doing that are new to you might be completely out of your comfort zone, Sagittarius. You're doing things that you've never done before, but uh, you should really be proud of yourself. Like this page is just really feeling like, oh, I'm not as sure or as confident as the magician energy. It's kind of a mismatch or it's kind of off because again, the magician is like not a he's kind of a wonky or dorky looking character in this deck, but he's also accomplished. Like I'm getting like a salesperson who again he might okay, maybe that's it. Like maybe you don't look the part of somebody for the job. Maybe you don't look the part for whatever you're doing. Maybe you don't look the part of an ideal partner in a relationship or an ideal business partner if that's what you're doing. But he gets the job done. You know, end of the month when we do the tallying on this person's abilities, they always make the quota. They always make the sales. You check in on your relationship status, you're being told you're a good boyfriend, you're a good girlfriend. You know, you think that you're being a crappy friend to somebody. They assure you, no, I think you're being a good friend. I think you're doing a pretty good job at being a good friend of mine. I trust you. I yeah, like people the review that you're getting from the outside world, Sagittarius, is you're doing a good job. You're on track to success, or you're on track to wow, they just like yoinked that right out of my head. So I don't know what that was going to be because no idea what I was about to say. But yeah, I think that you're fine. I think it's just an issue of confidence, an issue of internal image, because I think you see yourself as being this young, inexperienced type person. Again, if you're new on the job or new to whatever you're doing, if you've never done it before, that makes sense. It's going to take a while for you to, much like these flowers that this kid is pouring water on. It's going to take you a while until you can grow into your confidence, until you can grow into feeling like you know what you're doing. Yeah. So you're a little lacking in confidence right now, but you get the job done anyway with that magician. I feel you're getting the job done. Now your last card in the general overview is Temperance. So this is a major arcana for Scorpio. Excuse me, Sagittarius. And I apologize for messing with my eye. It's like itching. I don't have allergies or anything, but it's like a little irritated for some reason. Anyway, this is your major arcana, Sagittarius, and you know, cut yourself some slack. You got to really cut yourself some slack here. You have to really be patient with yourself. You have to really be forgiving of yourself. Because again, I think that there are moments where you are making mistakes because you're learning. You are making mistakes because you're growing into the situation, or you're finding your footing. You're trying to understand the rules. You're learning the ropes of something. So cut yourself a break, you know? Cut yourself a break. You're not doing a terrible job. You're not screwing up. You're not fucking it up. You know, and the different ingredients here, what are they? Joy, justice, instant anger, sorrow. You know, there's a roller coaster of emotions, an amalgamation of emotions that you could be feeling in this new situation. Cut yourself some slack. It's okay. So I don't know why I have to emphasize this. This is very interesting because Sagittarius, you're normally very confident. You're normally pretty, you know, balanced and even keel as you approach things, and when you know, you know. And I think that you're in this space of I'm not really sure, or you're in this space of I think I'm doing okay, but I'm not exactly 100% on that. And so your insecurities might be getting the best of you right now. So Temperance is saying, you know, find a balance in that. Find some type of I don't want to say healing, but healing can be a part of Temperance energy. some of you might need to like go out and do something different. You know, if you're at this new job, you might be, you know, very anxious during the day. You might be, you know, watching your P's and Q's a little too much, or there's a certain anxiety or stress that you put on yourself that's inside your mind because you don't want to screw anything up. You don't want to make a bad impression on your new bosses, yeah? Or the people that you work with, yeah? So you need to relax. You need to unwind. You need to go and have a couple of drinks. You need to go and, you know, smoke a little weed, do something, do something legal, by the way, okay? I'm not out here advocating for you to do something illegal to alleviate stress. No. So within legal realms, parameters, you should be relaxing as much, because there's a lot of performance, there's a lot of production with the Page of Cups and the Magician card. That's a lot of producing. I'm going to work, I'm on time, I'm working overtime. I'm maybe you have several jobs, so you're just like spinning plates, you're juggling a lot. That's a lot of exerted energy. You need to take time to replenish that energy, to put it back into yourself, which can involve some type of healing arts, which can involve, you know, going to a spa, going to get a massage, going to get your nails done, your hair done, whatever. You know, going, like I said, some of you just need to just get laid or something like that. Smoke a joint, have a drink. Something here needs to be put back into yourself, because you're pushing yourself to perform. You're pushing yourself to be like accomplished and correct and like on the money. Because in the times where with the Page of Cups and the Magician, you are making mistakes, you feel an immediate need to go back and correct your mistakes, or to never make those mistakes again, which is great. That's what you're supposed to do when you're in a new situation, when you're learning the ropes, when you are, you know, kind of making a name for yourself, of course. But I think there's like this extra pressure on that you're putting on yourself. Nobody else is putting this pressure on you. I want you to know that. If they are, I think you kind of take the ball and run. But this pressure to do better, this pressure to do just to be excellent and without fault is mostly coming from you. It might start with other people. You might have heard, you know, someone criticize you, or, you know, if you're getting corrected while you're at the job, if someone is, you know, coming back to you saying, oh, Sagittarius, next time when you do that, make sure you do XYZ as well. Now you're just like hyper aware that, oh shit, I didn't do what they needed me to do correctly the first time. And so every time you go to do that task or complete this checklist or whatever it is, you're just like, some of you might be like on the verge of a panic attack. It's just like, holy shit, and you're really scared to mess it up again. So there's this internal pressure. There's this internal pressure to be excellent. We have to alleviate that with the Temperance card. You have to find some type of balance there. You have to, you know, get to a healthier place with that type of energy, okay? All right. Yeah. So that's your general overview, Sagittarius. If you're there in chat, say hello. If not, we're going to press on. Because, you know, for some of these, people show up and sometimes people don't show up. And Sagittarius on a Saturday, around holiday time. Some of you, it might be your birthday today. I understand. So if you're there in chat, hola, ¿cómo estás? But if not, we will quickly move on, because I got somewhere to be myself. Oh, and we should take drinks, because I've got some incense going over here. I've got the overhead fan on. I'm talking a lot, so this throat is going to get dry. All right, so that was your general overview. What do we want to do next? What do we want to do next? If you're there, tell me what you would like to see next. Career? Love and romance? Health and wellness? Those are really the options. I feel like there's always a fourth. And I never remember what the fourth option is. And maybe I'm not supposed to. Anyway, health and wellness. Feels like health and wellness will be next. For Sagittarius, health and wellness, please. And if you're watching on the repeat, thumbs up also is appreciated. Comments are also appreciated. Health and wellness for Sagittarius. Ooh, that wasn't super clear. I didn't like that. One more time. Yeah, okay. We got it. We got it. We got it. Health and wellness for Sagittarius. Dun 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 dun. All right, let's go. And again, guys, if you're there in the chat, say hi. If you've got a question for me to answer with the tarot, that's what I'm doing here. So if you have a question, Sagittarius, go ahead and ask it. And I will address you as soon as I can. Health and wellness for Sagittarius. Whoa. Do not want any cards falling down. I hate when the cards fall to the floor. Especially on the live. I think it happened last month with, who comes before you guys? Scorpio? I think it happened with Scorpio last month. Not a fan. When things fall on the floor. In front of a live audience. Alright, health and wellness. Sagittarius, health and wellness. It didn't fall, but that was a lot. There we go. I was able to catch that. Health and wellness for Sagittarius. There it goes. Last one? Last one. There we go. There we go. Alright guys, let's get into it. Sagittarius, health and wellness. Sideways. I'll take a sideways with a live and a personal, but not in the pre-record. It's who has time for that? One card came face down. Let's see what it is. Oh my God, pick it up. There we go. All right. Sag, health and wellness concerns. You have the Two of Swords in reverse. The Lover's card coming out in the sideways position. Major Arcana for Gemini. And the Justice card in the upright. Major Arcana for Libra. So, some of you might be coming out of mental stagnation, some type of, therapy. They're like coming out of therapy. So for some of you, you might be coming out of physical therapy or, counseling sessions or sessions with a psychologist, something like that. But coming out of this stagnant period, coming out of maybe some forced or imposed silence with the Two of Swords in reverse, I feel as though recently, in terms of how you felt or what you've been able to do with your body and or however you've been able to perform or show up in the world, this feels like a reinstated energy. Like I'm back on the scene. I'm back to normal. Back to normal. Yeah. But actually back to normal again with quotes. People know you've been away. So it's not as if it's unknown that you were unavailable in some type of way. This could be coming back from seeing, your doctor. This could be after an appointment. This could be after getting some news from your doctor. How they're showing me that. Like maybe you received bad news when you went to see your doctor and that kind of puts you on the sideline for a while in your life. Because when we're in the upright, not what you have, but when you were in the upright, this was you on the sideline. Like, oh, maybe there was a not so great diagnosis. Maybe you had to start certain treatments, certain regimens in your life, something like that. And it was news that you were reluctant and or resistant to kind of take on board. So you were like that for a while. But now you return with this energy, putting it away, sort of. Okay. it's more of a personal realization. It's more of a personal awareness that you're now open to. Like you were given, let's for an example, let's say you were given news 2 months ago, and it's only now that you're kind of like taking this information on board. It's only now that you're willing to say, okay, something's got to give here. Something has to change, and I'm willing to begin. I'm willing to begin trying to change something. That's what that feels like. So, in some of your cases, Sagittarius, it's going to be a more of a confident um, return. There's going to be a little bit more proactive energy. But in most cases, this feels like I'm just starting to think about getting things on the right track. So, in terms of health and wellness, it feels like slowly coming out of a darker period or a period of reflection and quiet contemplation of how do I go forward? What are the things I need to change in order to make my body healthy, my mind or my emotions healthy? What what's the game plan I need to do? So you may have spent a lot of time talking with your therapist, with your doctors, with yourself, with friends, family, it doesn't matter, and really discussing all the possibilities before you actually came to this point of beginning to decide, okay? Interesting. You have the lovers in the side position. Major Arcana for Gemini. You're still stuck. Or this feels like a certain yeah, like I feel like you might have options. What plan to go with? Some of you, the plan just to let things stay the same is still viable to you, and I'm like, I don't like that for you because in terms of health and wellness, the goal is always to improve, right? Always to get better, always to be healthy, or to become healthier, right? But some of you are still wanting to choose what you already know and what you've already kind of been dealing with, and I'm not sure that that's the best. Um, but that's like for a small group of Sagittariuses. The rest of you kind of are looking at two future options, two new options that you haven't done before. So, in terms of your health or wellness, this could be going on a diet that you've never gone on before, or restricting yourself, taking certain things out of your diet that you've always had in your diet, cutting back on sugar, or, some of you might be caffeine heads, and like I have a coffee every morning at 6 a.m. and then I have a second cup at 7:30 and da 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 da. And it's just like, shoot, no more caffeine, none. Cold turkey, basically. Um, and that's kind of one of your options. The other option is like a medicated, well, maybe medication. Maybe some of you have never been medicated for your issue, and now that's coming up, and you're going to have to consider what you want to put in your body. But what I wanted to say was mediated. So instead of cold turkey, we might reduce something like that. Um, in any of your cases, I feel as though there's a sensitivity to it because this lover's card involves other people, right? You've got more than one person on the card. You've got the angel overlooking the scene. So there's like this impact. What you decide affects other people. And that's kind of burdensome for you, Sagittarius, because it's your life, right? It's your body, it's your health, it's your wellness, it's how you feel, it's your mental clarity and stability, your emotional clarity and stability. But other people are involved, so friends and family, yeah. And I feel though you know other people are impacted, but you also don't want to be influenced by other people's sensibilities. And this is actually kind of sensitive because you know, in family issues, I've had a taste of this where it's like what one person decides about their own life, how they want to live, what they want to prioritize, does affect other people. But at the same time, the individual can't always make decisions because of what another person might feel about it or how it might affect them. But that's just a personal, like, issue. Like a personal belief that I have. So to illustrate that, it feels like, okay, if you, just to make it really dramatic, just to make the impact more obvious, if you, Sagittarius, have a substance abuse problem, and one of the options is to go cold turkey, no type of support from a medical professional or substance abuse counselor or anything like that, or to go into treatment, to go into a rehab program. Just an example. If you have a husband or a wife or kids or something like that, the impact it has on them, what you choose to do, is very relevant to how they're going to feel. But you have to also still consider, well, what works for me? Some Sagittarius are going to say, I don't want any intrusive people in my life. I don't want doctors in my life. I don't want counselors in my life. I don't want to be told to go into treatment. I can kick the habit myself, right? And maybe you've been down that road before. Maybe that's why this came in the side position, because this is a repeated energy, or an energy that we've seen before, because it's neither present or active, I suppose, and then it's also not blocked. Kind of something in the middle. And if you were to choose to stay to go to rehab, that would mean you're removed from your family and friends. That would mean you stay away from them. You're, in a treatment facility or whatever it is. I'm not an expert. And so there's a tinge of regret. There's a tinge of frustration, being annoyed on your part, because your actions will affect others. And there's something sour about that with you, Sagittarius. You don't want it to be that way, even though that is the reality of the situation. Okay. And that kind of gives you your final card in this spread. It's justified, or it's aligned with karmic justice. Yeah. And I'm quoting karmic justice because, again, not to get into the whole spiel, but I don't know what you believe or understand about karma, and I'm not here to impose what I believe. But it fits in a situation like this, because I think Sagittarius, innately, many Sagittariuses hold highly individualistic energies, ninth house energy, fire sign energy, mutable energy. Okay. You're not normally, unless you are absolute, how should I say? Your default setting is not to be beholden to other people. And so when you choose that, you kind of are always fighting your inclinations, or standing in the face of your inclinations, sort of going this way. Like you're always doing this counter intuitive action. Sometimes it's easier. Some Sagittariuses are like, I am free as a bird and I know that about myself, but I want a family, or I want close friendships. Other Sagittariuses, they run away from that shit, right? So whoever this is for, I think that karmically speaking, if you are struggling with having to make decisions for yourself, and reconciling or coming to terms with how that impacts the people around you, there's some kind of, again, karmic justice that is playing out here. For others of you, it's not about necessarily karmic justice. It could be, you don't have a choice in the matter. This could be the absence of choice. This could be, this Two of Swords could have been, you were waiting to hear decisions from people, and now decisions are coming out. And it removes your choice with the Lovers in the side position. And there's an external entity in the form of the law, in the form of judges and lawyers, that basically tell you your fate, tell you what you're going to do, instead of locking you up in jail. If this is about, again, with the example of the substance abuse thing, instead of locking you away, we're going to say mandate treatment. We're going to mandate you attend, an AA meeting or something like that, and you stick with this program, something like that. And the choice is sort of taken from you, which is another thing Sagittarius do not like. Don't take my choice as the one. I'm a free bird. No, no, no. So with this Justice card, I feel that it feels like a little bit of a bitter pill. It feels as though it's not pleasant. You're not happy with the choice that either you make or that is made for you. Because I feel as though it's come to this. It's come to this. We've We at this point in the game, the options have been narrowed down to one or the other, where maybe before you had three or four options, maybe even five, uh, different ways that you could have gone. And to take it out of the substance abuse thing, because health and wellness is more than, drugs and alcohol, right? This could have been about, you know eating habits or your diet. Yeah. Okay, so maybe back here you got that diagnosis. Oh, you got the diabetes, you got the sugar now. And now that you have that, your whole life has to change and you have no choice. You can, I mean, you do have choice. You can continue to eat how you want, live how you want, use drugs how you want, not go into some type of counseling. You don't have to talk to a therapist, even though it's been suggested to you, even though people have been nudging you that way, even though maybe in this case, again, with these outside people, with the lovers in the side position, it could be your friends and family saying, listen, we think you should talk to someone. And if you are resistant to that, which you're allowed to do, everybody has to make their own individual choices. It ends up with you not really being happy, regardless of what you choose or what is chosen for you. I don't feel that you're going to look at justice being on your side. I think you're going to look at it and feel as though, you know, you got screwed or you screwed yourself. You put yourself in a terrible position, or in a position where you couldn't exercise your independent choices. Something like that. That's kind of poopy. Do I want to clarify anything here? Because I felt good with the overall. This is kind of, yeah. Let's clarify the lovers in that side position. What's with the lovers? Show me more on the lovers for Sagittarius. Why is the lovers here for Sagittarius? I want to see more on that. Do I want a bridge? Bridge? Bridge. They don't normally tell me to do a bridge when I clarify, so that's kind of interesting. Two. Thank you. All right, let's see. Lovers, side position for Sag. Why is it here? Of course it's going to go to the floor. Of course. And that one. Thank you. But it's in reach, so I'm not too mad about it. All right, so what came out first was the Four of Pentacles. And the Strength card. So for you guys, maybe this has been an issue, or the outside people here, the influence could be the money, to pay for treatment, the money, or the insurance policies that you carry, maybe not supporting your desire for treatment, desire for counseling, desire to meet with a therapist. You might not have the money, or the money might come with contingencies or expectations. I feel as though this is that outside influence, family, friends, courts, whomever. It really is not what you would want for yourself. This feels like whatever money or resources, beyond money, could be resources, as far as like places to stay. If you're a single parent and you want to go to treatment, who's going to take care of my kids when I'm in treatment? It's like that. The logistics of it, yeah, is external to you, or you have to pay into it. You have to kind of be indebted to it. Like she's sort of like feeding this machine that coin. So you have to feed into something that you don't want to. Because again, it feels as though your hands are tied. Your hands are tied here. That's what this feels like. Interesting. And then the Strength card, to clarify the lovers further, Major Arcana for Leo. Maybe you're dealing with a Leo, but you don't have to be. Yeah, look at that. Look at how the lion is injured and this woman is nursing it back to health. She's got his little paw, well, not his little paw, his very big paw in her hand. He's been wounded, he's been scarred, he's been hurt. And so she's here to help. But if you think about that scene in real life, lion is a predatory animal. To get that close to a predatory animal, to get it to trust you, so that it would give you its paw and say, "Ooh, help me." It takes a lot of trust. It takes a lot of resistance, or yeah, resistance. Having to contain the natural instinct to maul this woman to death, or to run off into the bush in order to escape what lions have learned humans are not to be trusted in many cases, you know? So there's something about resisting the natural instinct to fight back, to lash out at people who are trying to help you, and coming into sort of this willingness to give over your power, willingness to give over um, that more ferocious nature, and sort of become, go from being a big lion to like a little pussycat, basically. All right. So that clarified the lovers. And that, I feel like in that case, it could be, your friends, your family, or whoever. It could be the therapist or the counselors. It could be the parole officer, or whoever runs the AA meetings, whoever it is. This person, if it comes in the form of a person, the strength card for you, Sagittarius, they mean you no harm. And in this situation, if I'm honest, the person who could hurt you the most is yourself. Okay, I'm just gonna say that the person who can hurt you the most in this, Sag, is yourself. Okay, what are we at? 41 minutes. What? I feel like I've been here for 10 minutes, but when you talk as much as I do, when you're an obnoxious SOB like me, or a DOB, I guess, DOB, um, you just lose track of time. Anyway, if you're in the chat, say hi. If not, I'm gonna press on. Again, this live is for Sagittarius, so if you are there and you have a question, please make sure that you're Sagittarius and when you're asking your question. If not, we're going to move on. But we need water first, because that's what, like, I think that happened last time with Scorpio. Like, I was just going through all the questions and I was not drinking enough water. I learned my lesson. Not how to drink properly, though. I still don't know how to do that. I'm just a baby. Kidding. If so, there's something wrong with this baby to be 6 foot whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna like really like read myself, but I'm not gonna do that. So we did health and wellness. Do we want love next, or do we want career next? If you're there in the chat, what do you want to see next? Love, career? Do you have a question of your own? Go ahead and ask it. If not, we're going to press on with one of the next readings. And if you want to know which, want me to focus on one of the areas, go ahead and type it out for me. So love or career for Sagittarius. Wow, they're like shouting. Well, my guides are shouting career, career, career. So love is going to be last for Sagittarius. Career? Yeah, career. Okay. And which deck, please, for Sagittarius is career. And if you guys, that's the whole thing. I hope you can hear me. I tested this out last night. I could hear myself when I played it back, but maybe I messed up the settings somehow. So if you can't hear me, I wish I knew sign language, but then that would be reliant on you knowing sign language. But anyway, pardon me. If you guys can hear me, thumbs up or say hi or something like that. Anyway, career for Sag. Oh, I'm like drawn between two decks here. 1 second. Okay. What? Yeah. Okay. It took me a minute. Took me a minute to get clear. The Vanessa Tarot. Vanessa Tarot. All right. Career for Sagittarius. Let's get it. Career for Sagittarius right now. Please show me the messages for the elective of Sagittarius. Did I do career? The general had a lot of career in it. That's why I'm kind of like feeling like I did this, but yeah, the general overview felt a lot of like career, newness in career, but this specifically is for career. So Let's see if anything different comes out. If not, you guys are about to hear a very similar story to what you heard at the beginning. All right, guys, let's go. Career for Sag. Ooh. Was that right? No, one more. Thank you. I feel a sourness in my stomach. And it's not because I'm hungry or anything, but it feels like my stomach dropped a little bit. And that was kind of weird. So maybe some of you have some nerves about your... Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, side. Thank you. Maybe some of you have nerves regarding your career right now. All right. That was easy. That came out pretty swift. Only one came face down. So this came in a side position, 6 of Wands. I'm going to keep it. The Moon and 4 of Cups. All right. So in terms purely of career, because the overview could have involved like personal relationships, business relationships, could have even been your own, because there was a little bit of self-doubt in there. So, but specifically for career, with the 6 of Wands in the side position, almost there, halfway there is what they're giving me. Almost there, halfway there. On the verge of accomplishing something, on the verge of completing something, on the verge of starting something. I think you guys would love to see yourselves in this position, the 6 of Wands upright. I think you would love to see yourselves on top of the world, or sort of like the scene is depicting, on stage accepting some type of award. Maybe that's what you're doing. Maybe you are set to attend an event and be awarded, or I don't I don't know that companies would do this nowadays, but like they're showing me stuff from like movies I saw like in the 80s and stuff, where there would be a huge conference and they would like, for like a global company or like a national company, and they'd have a convention and all the employees would be in the convention hall watching people across different sectors of the company be awarded for, top sales, most accomplished, and blah 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 blah. So maybe that's something what you're anticipating. You're anticipating being recognized in some type of way in a very public setting, again, because this is giving us like award show, like Oscars kind of shit. And but because it's like this, you're uncertain, or maybe some of you are actually, you want the award but you don't want to go to the ceremony, right? Give me the award, like mail it to my house, or maybe there's like a bonus check involved or something like that. Like give me the trappings of it, but I don't want to go up and speak in front of anybody, or I don't want to have to, stand on a stage or be in the spotlight. There's like a, no, don't draw attention to me, but give me my award, but don't draw attention to me. Yeah. Um hmm. If it's not about being awarded, or it's not to do with being recognized, I feel you're like on your way to fulfilling something, obtaining something. Yeah, because they're really like, my eye fell on, I don't know if you'll be able to see here, but like how her hand, yes, I don't think it's going to focus too well, or there's like a sweet spot and I can't get it to focus, but there's like she's like gripping an award, right? Oh wait, hold on. Damn it. But like how her hand is like gripping tight to that award, like that's what this feels like. Like you're very close to grabbing onto something, having something maybe for the first time in your life. So maybe some of you are, in terms of career, maybe this is the first time you're applying for a certain job, or um, putting in, like throwing your hat in the ring to be promoted. Maybe you've never been a part of a management, or you've never been a manager, or you've never been someone of significant status at your company or in your life. This could be this could be like the first time that any of you have ever been like in a salaried position, or again, like corner office type shit, your name on the door, your name on a placard somewhere in the building. This is like the first time you've gone so far up a ladder, but it's not here yet. I feel application process. I feel interview processes are going on. Processes. Thank you. Going on for you guys. it's in the air. Up in the air. Thank you. Up in the air. It's not yours yet. We might clarify that. Moon card follows, so that kind of fits. Emotionally speaking, this throws you off kilter. This leaves you, like I said, my stomach dropped when I was shuffling at some point. This makes you feel uneasy. The interview process, you might be a little shy, like how this, with the hair over her eyes, you're a little shy. You're like, oh no, like there's what is that word? Damn it, what is that word? Fuck. It left my head, and it was the word of what I'm feeling, and it's gone. Damn it. Anyway, so I feel as though while you're sitting and being interviewed, you're kind of like shy. You don't want to say the wrong things, putting your foot in your mouth. Like a lot of you are just like, I don't want to leave a bad impression, something like that. But there's something about this moon card working in your favor, Sagittarius, in terms of your career. I think that there's a certain mystique about you, or there's some questionable, maybe not questionable, there's some unknown factor about you as an applicant, like a like a secret power, or secret ability. If you ever played, and I didn't, but I kind of know, like if you've ever played like a role playing game, a video game, like a card game like Pokemon or Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh or some shit like that, things that were popular when I was in high school, right? Um, they list like the characters like powers, like plus 50 hit points for this, plus 100 hit points for that, da 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 da. And then there might be a bottom slot with like question marks in it, like we don't know. There's other things this character is capable of. Ooh, it's like exciting. So I feel like that works for you. I think that works in your favor. The fact that there's still more room for growth, maybe, where you might be insecure and thinking, I don't know the answer to that question. Like, sometimes when you get interviewed, they will give you like a scenario, or they'll ask for a scenario from your previous work history. So tell us about a time that you had to go above and beyond to do da 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 da, or what would you do if you saw another employee being out of compliance? What would you do? Da 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 da. And your answer might be something like, well, I've never been in that situation before, because again, I feel some of your interviewing and going for positions that you've not ever done before, but for whatever reason, you're rolling the dice here. So you've never been in a position of leadership or significant leadership. And you might say, well, I've never been in that situation before, comma, but I think I would do XYZ, which might be out of the box, which might not be the answer you think is the correct answer. But whoever's interviewing you, whoever's reviewing you, or whatever, they kind of like that. They kind of like your questioning of your own capabilities, or questioning of, I think I would do this, but I'm not sure if that would be correct. Maybe I would do this as well. And you might be sitting there kind of like, thinking it out in your head live on the scene. And that ability to think on your feet, or apply critical analysis of yourself, that could be appealing, but you don't see that. The interviewer sees that. The people that are looking to fill the position, they see that. They want someone who doesn't, think they have all the answers. Maybe. This is just a maybe, you know? So the thing that you don't see, or that you're unaware of, is that maybe your inexperience works for you, or maybe your self-doubt, because I don't think this is self-doubt 100%. Although that was coming up in the the general overview. um that leaving questions unanswered kind of works in your favor somehow. So congratulations. Well, I shouldn't even say congratulations. I should say don't worry too much about it. And if it doesn't go in your favor, that's okay too. um Regardless, I think for you, Sagittarius, you end up in this waiting period to hear back about the job, or you know Four of Cups. This is yeah, I feel like a lot of you are waiting. You wait a while to hear about the job. Could be you get the job offer, but now that you kind of in your mind had a horrible interview experience, like some of you are thinking this is like a pity offer. Like they want me for the job, but that's only because, I was the best of the worst kind of. It's like it's not that they wanted me. It's something here about, imposter syndrome. Okay. If you don't know that, Google it. It's a pretty easy term to kind of digest. But some of you are having imposter syndrome. You're not confident that you're the person for the job. And I'm like, but you are. They told you you are, right? They told you you are. So why are you down on yourself? Others of you, this is just like, I'm waiting and I'm waiting. Like, I mean, she looks like she's waiting for a date, right? She looks like, oh, I dressed up in my cute little skirt waiting for my date at this cafe. They're late. They didn't show. I guess I should go home now. It's this dissatisfaction with this Four of Cups. And I don't know why, because I do feel not all of you, clearly not all of you, statistically it's not possible, but a good portion of you will get the job offer. It'll be extended to you. Like there is that hand with the cup over here by my index finger that is extending this cup to this person. Here you go. This is what you ordered, right? This is what you wanted, right? Here's your your cafe mocha or whatever. I don't drink fancy coffee. And now that it's kind of coming towards you, some of you might be like reluctant. Maybe that's not what I wanted. I ordered this. I sat down and I told the barista, or I went up to the barista and I told them I want a cafe mocha or a cafe latte or cafe extraordinaire. I don't know. I don't drink fancy coffee. And now that they've made it for you and they say, here you go, Sagittarius. Here's what you ordered. You're kind of like, maybe not now. Maybe I don't want this anymore. And that could be, again, back to the job. You've interviewed for this job. You wanted it. Some of you might have buyer's remorse, so to speak, over this job. You might take the job, get hired, start working it, and you're like, oh, kind of don't want this anymore. But you just got hired. This is what you went out for. And that could be why the Six of Wands in the beginning is in the side position. Like some of you wanted this job, and now that you're in it, you're like, oh shit, it's not a good fit. I'm not comfortable here. I don't feel, in terms of cups, I don't feel fulfilled. I'm a little disappointed. Maybe it's too much work. Maybe it's, the working hours are too long. Maybe the money's not correct. Maybe the culture, the environment, the interactions that you're having with people, you're just not feeling it. So in terms of career, I think like you want it to work out and you want success, and some of you are on track to get it. But again, there's like this buyer's remorse or like this imposter syndrome where you're just like not happy with what's coming out for you. That's interesting. I want to see more on the moon card because I somehow am told or led to believe that the moon is working for you, even though, like I said, you're looking like her. You're like, I don't believe that I'm good enough. I don't believe this is going to work out for me. So let's see more on the moon for Sagittarius. Why is the moon here for Sagittarius? Show me. Okay. Because it's an opportunity for you, possibly. Oh, okay. Possibly. It's an opportunity for you to possibly work with a specific person, and that is what is the benefit or the silver lining, so to speak, the thing that is in your favor, maybe. Ace of Wands, King of Cups, right? King of Cups, water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. They don't have to be a water sign, but they could be. Or this is about you getting to a place of confidence. Okay, that could make sense. I forgot who I was talking to for 2 seconds. Sagittarius, that moon and the Four of Cups that we were talking about previously, that could be you getting sort of caught up in the here and now, right? You might go into this job wanting to swing for the fences, knock it out of the park immediately. Like, immediately, I want to feel successful. Immediately, I want to be fulfilled. Immediately, I want to be able to shine. And it might not be an immediate recognition, like the Six of Wands, immediate awards, immediate accolades, feeling accomplished off the bat. You might have to cut your teeth for a while. You might have to sort of, make sense, learn the ropes. It's a new job, right? For some of you, it's a new level to a job. Like, you've never been this high up on that social ladder, this corporate ladder, right? So the time it takes you to kind of find your footing, you doubt yourself. In the time it takes you to find your footing, you become less confident in yourself. You become frustrated with yourself. You become frustrated with the environment that you're in because you're not being awarded, or because people aren't saying every day, hey, Sagittarius, you're doing a fabulous job. Some people, I said this in the overview, some people might come to you and say, Sagittarius, what, Sagittarius, you are doing a good job. Here's where you can do better. You hear that and you're just like, I'm fucking up. This isn't for me. This isn't what I wanted. And it's not to say you can't take criticism. It's not to say that you want everybody kind of to be up your butt. No. It's just because it's a new environment. The stakes are so much higher. You think the impact of being criticized in the beginning is enough to be like, no, never mind, never mind, never mind. And you kind of want to bail, or you have that imposter syndrome, right? But clarifying that moon, because I told you the moon is working for you, because the moon is about secrets, or the moon is about things being uncertain to us right now. After the moon dissipates, think of it like any given night. The sun comes up, right? You go into any night, it gets dark outside, you can't really see that well. But the sun eventually comes out, meaning the energy of the moon will dissipate at some point. So to clarify that, you got that Ace of Wands and the King of Cups. This is a brand new opportunity. In terms of aces, they all speak to the groundwork, ground level, right? And what can grow out of it? What can grow out of it is a reinvigorated, thank you, reinvigorated sense of self, accomplishment, maybe even creativity. Maybe some of you have been in more structured corporate areas, and now you're appealing to more of your more. That's the door, and I'm by myself. I'm not going to answer because I'm in the middle of something. Anyway, so this Ace of Wands is this for some of you getting into a creative space, and maybe coming from a world where you weren't able to be as creative, as expressive. Like I told you, during that interview process, some of you might say something and it shows uncertainty, and you're thinking out a problem, and the answer to the person who's interviewing is, well, I don't know, I think I would do this, but I might do that also. And that to you might come as not being confident, and you think that's what they want. They want someone who wants to bounce several ideas off of themselves or within a group. They want someone who's willing to hear or see things from a different point of view. Does that make sense? Should make sense. I think it makes sense. So that gets to the natural way of a Sagittarius. Fire sign energy, totally up your alley. And a mutable sign, absolutely. This could be someone that you're coming to work with. This King of Cups could be your boss. Doesn't have to be. Could be you. I feel there's an emotional contentment and confidence here that is very important. It's an important part of this work situation. Emotional competence, maybe, or confidence, feeling secure and safe to express or be able to problem solve openly, something like that. This is good for you. It doesn't feel good to start, but this is fucking good for you. Because Yeah, I get it. There will be a moment, couple of days, couple of weeks, and you're just like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I think I made the wrong move. You didn't. You didn't. Stick with it. It will eventually turn around. You're going to eventually be able to see the silver lining here, or appreciate it after a while. And I think you're going to be developed. You're going to be developed. You as a worker, as someone starting in on a new career, you're going to be developed. They're going to support you, the people that you work with. Okay. All right. Now I saw there was a comment. I'm going to go back and look at it because I don't want to ignore, but I also couldn't break what I was doing. Fiona, hello. Fiona, if you're still here, say hi. This is for Sagittarius, so if you are a Sagittarius, Fiona, and you do have a question, go ahead and ask your question. I would be happy to help you. So again, Fiona, if you are here and you have a question and you're Sagittarius, that's the price you pay. You have to be a Sagittarius. And if not, I'm going to move on anyway. And no shade to Fiona or anybody else. No response. So I think she was here and then she left. So sorry, Fiona, that I missed you. If you are a Sagittarius, I'm sorry. This is the only time I'm doing it for Sagittarius. But I'll be back in January with a live for the collective. So if you catch me in January, I can help you out. So final one. Last but maybe totally least, love for Sagittarius. Because I don't think there's anything else to do. Overview, health and wellness, career, love. That's usually what everybody wants to know about. Maybe we'll get a closer. Who knows? Anyway, love, amor. So silly. Love for Sagittarius, please. Which deck? Starting to get hungry. And I wonder what was at the door. I assume it was a package. And again, Fiona, if you're there, you can ask a question if you're a Sagittarius. Pardon me. Love for Sagittarius. Where is it? Where is it? Maybe some of you are asking, where is it? Love for Sagittarius, which deck? Oh. Ooh. It's like 3 decks are like, ooh, you got 3 people? Maybe. Three decks, they keep bouncing. And I'm like, I'm waiting. I'm like, come on, which one? Love, Sagittarius, which one? Now it's down to 2. That's good. We're getting somewhere. Yes. Okay. What's going on with you, Sag? No criticism. But that felt like you were being pulled in all these different directions. And I was exhausted just asking for a damn deck. So I can only imagine how you feel. But I don't know. That's just what I'm feeling in the moment. We'll see what happens when the cards come out. Oh, I just realized. Like the microphone is like right around here and I'm like all, so hopefully that's not too loud for you guys. If so, I apologize. I'm sorry. All right. Love for Sagittarius. Oh, good. The incense has stopped because it was like starting to aggravate my eyes a little bit. So that was perfect. Love Sagittarius. Love for Sagittarius. Taking your sweet time getting this energy, man. It's taking a minute. What was Like they just gave me this huge sensation of somebody slamming the door. And it's pretty abrasive. It's very uncomfortable. The slamming of the door is like shocking, hurtful. The end. Okay. Oh boy. We've been here forever with this. Oh my God. Do you not want to talk about love? If you don't, I'm sorry, I'm going to do it anyway. But this feels resistant, reluctant, dramatic. Oh my God, I don't like it. What are we getting into? Where am I going? Love for Sagittarius, please. Give me the energy. Give me a clear energy pickup for Sagittarius in love, please. There we go. We're getting it. We're getting it. Got it. We're in it. We're in it. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. Show me the messages for Sagittarius regarding love, please. Ooh, I don't like that. Nope. Nah. Energies for Sagittarius in love. Show me. Energies for Sagittarius is in love. Hey, what I say? Listen, I don't know what this first card is, but these the second and the third. Oh my God. Okay. Hi, I rewind. I had to see. Oh yes, I did. Hi, Fiona. I will answer your question. Well, first, let me know if you're a Sagittarius, and number two, if you have a question, go ahead and answer it or ask it. But I'm gonna do the love reading first, and then I'll get back to you. All right. So, Sag, what you had come out is Queen of Wands, the Justice card, and the Devil, because I appreciate you, Fiona. I absolutely appreciate you, but I'm in this energy at the moment, and I will get to you after I do this. All right, so. Shit, what is this? I don't like it. Who's this? Queen of Wands energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Could be you. This is gonna go either positively or negatively, because I feel in some of your cases this Queen of Wands is a helpful energy. In other cases, I feel this Queen of Wands is a detrimental energy. One and the same. Oh shit. One and the same. Okay, so Sag. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Again, this person doesn't have to be that. It could be you. It could be someone else. I don't know. There is a pull to this Queen of Wands. There is an attraction here between you and them, or you're attractive to someone else, and that is quite a temptation. It's quite a it's a lot. There's a lot on the line here. There's a lot that this energy is a boisterous energy, very big, very illuminating, or I'm not science minded, but they're like giving me images of, they're giving me the sun and a black hole. Sun, black hole. So this person or you is bright like the sun, attractive like the sun, illuminating like the sun, energetic and fiery like the sun, a lot of passion like the sun, yeah? But then has the pull, the gravitational pull and the destruction of a black hole. Again, not science minded, but what I remember of, like, what is that, 7th to like 10th grade science, black holes, if you get pulled into them, you're destroyed. They are unforgiving. Once you're in the pull of a black hole, you can't escape it. So that's the temptation, right? There's something here where whoever this is, you or someone else, to go down this road to pursue whatever this is. We're talking about love, so dating, relationships, sex, exes, current partners. I don't know. We might clarify her because this is a lot. Coming off of just a damn court card, this is a lot. Um, there is something so attractive about this person, but also so worrisome about this person. There's like danger signs all over this person. Warranted or not, I don't know. I think I'm channeling for mostly Sagittarius. I feel most of you are dealing with this person, but you could be this person to someone else, okay? But I feel in most of your cases, I'm channeling for you and you don't, okay, there it is, because they're reminding me of who I'm talking to. For some reason, I've forgotten who I'm talking to this entire reading. Sagittarius, you don't like to, yes, thank you. You don't like to be caught off guard and to be without some sense of control or ownership of yourself, of your senses. There we go. Um, to a certain extent, Sagittarius, you like to be in control. You like to be the one to call the shots for yourself. Well, that's the door. And it was I said something about a slamming of the door, and that was a slamming of the door, and it kind of caught me off guard. So anyway, this person disarms you in a playful way. I think Sagittarius can vibe with that. I think a Sagittarius can vibe with a person who like catches them off guard and is kind of spicy, kind of sassy, kind of like pushes your buttons. Like Sagittarius has that playful energy about them. But this person like really like knocks you, like pulls the rug from underneath your feet. Like they could be really crazy, they could be volatile. Now I'm getting like physically they're a little much. Like they might be a little handsy in the case, well, women can be handsy with men, but they could be like a little like pushy. I'm not, see, like, I hope you're able to see I'm like interested. I'm not running for my life from this person. They're not that type of volatile. They're not that type of pushy where they're going to hurt you or they're going to take something from you. It's they're not a devious person, but there's something about their energy, something about their personality, something about just the way they live their life and move throughout life that you're just like, holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. It's like you're constantly having to renegotiate your position with them or reevaluate how you feel about them, how you want to approach them, how you want them to approach you. It's just like this weird dance you guys do together. And it's not dangerous, it's not negative, but sun and black hole. This person is the sun and the black hole. It's very interesting. See, and like I'm giving them a compliment, like I'm saying they're attractive, but I'm saying they're a black hole. I'm feeling personally, again, I'm channeling for you. I feel this, I want to go towards them, but shit, I gotta hold back. They make you rethink everything you do. No wonder we didn't want to talk about this person. No wonder love wanted to be skipped over. This is a lot. Justice is yeah, justice, right? Yeah, justice. Libra, major arcana for Libra. So some of you, it could be a Libra that you're dealing with, but mm, they're not dangerous, but there is this element of the law here. There is this element of law and order here. There is this element in your dealings with this person. And that's the thing. I don't know that any of you are in a serious relationship with this person. I mean, some of you might be, but I feel as though this is more of a situationship. This is more of a casual dating. This is more of a hookup. This is more of a friends with benefits kind of situation. This is more of a somebody who's coming from the deep, deep, deep parts of your past. Like this could be like your high school love or your first boyfriend or girlfriend in college who's coming around you. You're married, they're married. That's the sun and black hole. Maybe, right? We used to be a couple. We used to know each other, but we have different lives now. And now that we have different lives, you still come back as some type of temptation to me, some type of sexy something. Mm. Hmm. So anyway, so there's something about law and order here. Yeah. this is you know what you're supposed to do, and you don't want to do what you're supposed to do when it comes to this person, when it comes to this connection. Um, you know the rules of engagement with this person, and you want to break all those rules. You want to throw the rule book out the window. They might be telling you, because look at her, she's speaking. She's got her hand up to her mouth. She's speaking. Throw out the rule book. Forget the rules. This person tempts you to do what you know is not right. I'm speaking mostly on this situation where I feel you're in something and they might be in something, but you both would be stepping out on your mutual partners. That is coming through pretty strongly for a few of you. In other cases, one of you has the relationship and the other is a free agent, and there's a line that shouldn't be crossed there. In other cases, strangely, you're both free agents, you're both single Pringle, solo dolo, right? And there's still something here where what you're asking me to do or how this person shows up in your life, it breaks the rules. It doesn't satisfy or fall in line with what is expected. And justice isn't normally this energy of firm bounds. I mean, it's about law, it's about things being balanced and things being karmically in harmony and stuff like that. Karmic harmony, maybe, something like that. And that kind of has some parameters or boundaries around it. But because of what happens, or the other card that's out here, this is now tighter. The window, maybe the window of opportunity is now smaller, something like that. But there's something about there's more rigidity here with this justice card because of that devil that's going to come out that we're going to talk about in a second. But so if you're married and they're married, you both will be risking breaking those karmic laws, those marital laws that say don't fucking cheat. Okay. So that's why this is a problem. If one or both or one or the other of you is, it's the same problem. If you're both free, you're something is oh, it's about this connection, whether you're entangled with other people or you're both single, it doesn't matter. This connection between you, this attraction between the two of you is you feel very let go when you're around them. They feel the same way with you. And there's something about feeling let go, free, we'll say free, that is actually not a part of the rules. You're not supposed to feel free when you're with another. It's weird. It's like you don't live in the rules of society or the rules of your community or the rules of whatever. They don't apply to you. The rules and the laws don't apply. That's what this person feels like to you, or you to them, or both of you to each other, whatever. The rules don't apply. The law of the land doesn't apply. Sorry for slapping my knee here so close to the mic, but that's the emphasis. There's something here about there's like a Bonnie and Clyde kind of thing. Like you guys could rule the world, or you guys could go out and paint the town red and do all this other shit. And that's not supposed to work, or that's not supposed to be what you want, but that's what you want. But they're a black hole. Because once you do it, that's it. Once you're in the pull of the black hole, there's no escaping. So you get the devil, Baba. I don't know why that's why, because it's the devil. It's a temptation. It's a very caricature kind of, I don't know, caricature, more like this puppet master, this marionette, this manipulation, this performance. This is major arcana for Capricorn, so some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn, but you don't have to be. The temptation is off the charts with this person. You've either never met someone like this, or you never expected this person to come back into your life and affect you in the way that they're affecting you. It's pretty damn intense. If you are doing the deed, it's knocking your socks off. It's putting dents in your wall. Okay, it's putting your back out. It's a lot. If you're not sexually involved with this person, you want to be, they want to be, it's a draw. You are drawn to each other so strongly, but there's something here that says don't do this. Could just be the presence of this person. It could be you don't trust yourself with this person, right? I did say Bonnie and Clyde. And when I say that, I'm sensing that, and I don't know their story, but when I think of Bonnie and Clyde, like, I know their story, but I don't know their story, but I get the sense of like they egged each other on. Or maybe not Bonnie and Clyde. Who should I be talking about? The movie, and I talked about this in a previous reading like months ago. Um Natural Born Killers by Oliver Stone with Woody Harrelson and Juliette Lewis. In that movie, two psychopaths, or sociopaths rather, who were in love, and like they love to kill together, they love to rob together, they love to be deplorable, gross people together. Like, they enjoyed watching the other person go off and be crazy, and that got them sexually charged up. Is this what you're doing? I'm not judging. I mean, please don't kill people. That's the basis. Don't kill anybody, and don't rob and do all that kind of stuff. But there's something about maybe the darkness in both of you that draws you in, and you know you're not supposed to do that. Good Christian people, maybe that's where you're coming from. Maybe that's what this is in your community, in your life. Like, maybe it's an issue of good Christian people don't act this way. Good Christian people don't talk this way, behave this way, dress this way, whatever. I don't know what the hell is up with my eyes today. It's the incense. That's what it is. Anyway, between the Justice card and the Devil card, Sagittarius, there's a lot to lose with this person. Meaning, okay, Bonnie and Clyde, whatever those two characters are in that movie, Natural Born Killers, it's a ride or die energy. When Bonnie and Clyde got together, I'm sure at some point in their escapades together, or their, ripping and roaring through America, shooting up banks, right? They acknowledged to each other, you realize, like, we're probably going to die doing this. If we continue to do this, there's no turning back. Woody Harrelson and Juliette Lewis, I feel in that movie they probably had a very similar conversation, or similar, there was a similar tone to everything that they did. You and me, Mickey and Mallory, that was their name, Mickey and Mallory. And they were just like, we do this together. People want us dead. We're going to die together. And they like that. They kind of like that. We'll die together, baby. We'll be shot up together. We'll meet our makers at the same time. There's something very similar to this energy with you and this person, Sagittarius. I don't know what the hell it is. A lot of red. Red across the border there. And red all on her. Pick up at the bottom of the deck. More red with the Two of Wands. Listen, you got a lot of passion for this person, and them you. What you choose to do with that, because I don't know what's going to happen, but that's who we're talking about in your love life. This person, this Queen of Wands. Now, I want to know more about her. The incense stopped so long ago, but now my eye is like watering. It's like all irritated. I'm going to close it, so I'm going to look like Popeye for a couple of minutes, but c'est la vie. This is my life. All right, guys, let's get some clarification on the Queen of Wands, and then we're going to move on, and we're going to answer a question from Fiona after this. So, Queen of Wands. Why is the Queen of Wands here for Sagittarius? I wish I could, like, do a Popeye impression so that, like, the whole thing works. But maybe I'll work on it for next time. All right, Queen of Wands. Why is the Queen of Wands here for Sagittarius? Well, Oh, my eye is so irritated. Oh, girl. Or guy. Or whoever's watching. Come on. That was such a charming look, right? Three of Swords. First one. First clarifier that came out. Three of Swords. There we go. Now that I close my eye, like my depth perception is all out. Three of Swords and Five of Cups. Right? Yeah, Five of Cups. Listen, you get with them, you're gonna lose something, and that's not a warning. I'm telling you, that's the price you pay to be with this person, to engage with them fully. Oh God, I can't take it anymore. In the way that you would want, in the way that they would want, it's gonna cause, or it involves, because some of you have kind of already made this choice. That makes sense temporally. That makes sense. Some of you have already done this, and you're dealing with this right now. This Three of Swords energy is, somebody gets hurt, somebody gets their heart broken, somebody gets betrayed, somebody gets left behind. And people are sorry. If you are the Queen of Wands, you're sorry. If they're the Queen of Wands, they're sorry. People are sorry here. I'm going to say that. This is not Three of Swords and we don't care. This is not a Three of Swords, I broke your heart, get over it. This is not a, I cheated on you and I don't care about you. This is an actual, the temptation was too much. I couldn't help myself. This is one of those things. Oh, that's that slamming of the door kind of energy. I couldn't help myself. If it leads to a slam door, in the very least, that makes sense. But that's how it's coming out. I couldn't help myself. I didn't mean to. I never expected this. I never expected this to happen. I didn't know it would happen. They came out of nowhere kind of energy. There's a lot of talking, actually, with this Three of Swords. There's a lot of explanations with this Three of Swords. A lot of, coming clean. It's not nice because somebody will be hurt. And I can't even say somebody will be hurt. Everybody will be hurt. Everybody will be hurt involved to some degree or fashion. But one particular person maybe is walking away feeling the most betrayed, the most stabbed in the back. Five of Cups. So we have this emotionally disturbed energy. They wanted me to say distilled, so maybe this is about drinking. Maybe some of you are hitting the bottle to kind of cope. That came across when? I said that some point earlier in the reading. Health and wellness. I was talking about substance abuse there, getting treatment for that. But that seems a little bit not related, but that was the last time I mentioned drinking. Anyway, so emotional disturbance, emotional disquiet, as still and kind of peaceful and serene that might look a little bit. This guy is submerged in water. There's like a calm sky above him. I mean, look at the brain, look at the skull. It's a maze in there. There's no escape. So if you haven't made any moves, Sagittarius, or they haven't made moves, or if there's no moves made, we're thinking about it. We're ruminating on it. We're imagining what would happen if. And then we think of another thing. Okay, well, what would happen if I did that instead? Or, okay, maybe I would do this, but not that. Ooh, maybe I would do this, but not that. Listen, I don't know the rules of your life or the regulations, the boundaries that are set up external to you, what is expected of you from other people in other situations. But this felt like, so what if we just held hands? What if we just kissed a little bit? What if we just made out a little bit? I don't know your life. I don't know who you deal with, but that is cheating to many people. But someone might be trying to rationalize, if we just kissed once, what's it gonna hurt? And that, see, What I'm getting is if we kiss, we'll know for sure. It's like one of those things, like a kiss doesn't lie. If I kiss him, if I kiss her, then I'll know for sure who I'm supposed to be with. Okay, junior high. Okay. There's something in it where it's like somebody just wants a taste. Just like give me a sample of what it would be like so that I can make my decision. Or if I get the sample, then I'll be satisfied. If I take a little nibble, a little sample bite, then I won't need the whole plate of food. Someone is tempting fates, or they are the temptation themselves, or you, Sagittarius, are tempting yourself. You know, you get a little taste, you're going to want the whole damn plate. You know that, but you're trying to convince yourself the little nibble is enough. I don't know. Because I feel as though some of you don't care, if I'm honest. You don't care, and you're willing to take the risk. You're willing to let whatever will be left in your past if you make this decision. You're willing to take that risk. Many of you don't care. It's the best way I can say it. You don't care because what you think you're going to get afterwards is so much better. And it might be. I can't tell you that. You get a personal if you want that answer. But there are others of you where you're much more reluctant, resistant to do it. There's something that on either of your sides, it's just like we could, but we shouldn't. We could, we shouldn't. And we want to, but we're not going to. And part of that, I put it away now, but remember the devil card was your third card over here. The devil also, as much as I said it was kind of the sexy and alluring energy, the devil also is a restrictive energy. The devil also holds you back from progression. It's a tricky thing that the devil can do, you know? So for those where you're already off and running, you're already off running towards that black hole and you feel good about it, or as good as you can be feeling about it, cool. For those who are like, I want this thing, I want it, I want it, I want it, but you hold yourself back, the devil is a trickster that way. The devil is here to tell you that's correct. You're supposed to restrict yourself. Because I feel there's something about you and that Queen of Wands energy. This is the final bit I'm going to say, where it's kind of a crazy match. Like how I told you Bonnie and Clyde, Mickey and Mallory, all the violence and crazy, shit aside, they actually, and as toxic as those relationships were, they got each other on an instinctual, intuitive level. You might as well call them soulmates. Who is calling me? No. you know, you might as well call those two pairings soulmates, even though they did terrible things together. Now, I'm not trying to say that's what you and this person will end up doing, because I didn't feel that. I didn't feel that you and this person were going to go out and, shoot up banks or, take people hostage or anything like that. But it did feel like you guys get each other in a way that no other person has gotten you, or them, you, them, and all that. That's that sun portion that I was talking about in the beginning. I'm going to let this go because I put the damn cards away, so I should stop talking about it. So we're going to move on. Fiona had a question. I'm going to see if I can pull it up here on my phone. Yes, I can. Okay, hold on. Okay, so struggling with gender identity, and don't mind my face. I'm not judging you or anything. Struggling with gender identity and don't know what to do. Struggling to feel comfortable, but go back and forth about how I feel, not sure what to do. That is my question, not sure how to feel. So you want clarity on like how to proceed with your gender identity, how to proceed. Like, I'm not sure what you mean, and I'm no expert, but are you talking about like changing your gender? Are you talking about or that you're transgendered, or is it not transgenderism? So if you could clarify that for me, then we'll figure out what to go. But for Fiona, I'm gonna tap into your energy, ask for a deck, but you just let me know if I'm on track with the transgender part, because gender is more than just you know it's a layered thing. But anyway, Fiona, issues with gender identity. Which deck? Okay, which path? Transitioning. Okay. Well, intuitively, well, not even intuitively, as a person living in this world with my own opinions, I would say you definitely should always follow your heart. And if you are uncomfortable in your natural born body and your gender is beyond that, or it's not lining up, you would have to change something. But that is sort of what I would normally express to people. But we're gonna ask the tarot for more clarity for you. So Fiona, possible transitioning, issue with gender identity. Which deck for Fiona, please? Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Okay. And that's kind of on the nose because I want you to see what they made me choose. The happy deck. Okay. So definitely you gotta get in tune with what makes you happy. That's on the nose by choosing the happy deck. But let's see what we can get you in terms of actual messages from the deck itself. I always do that. I always pick this deck up the wrong way. So Fiona, got some issues over gender identity. What time is it? Okay. I got somewhere to be at 6:30. So we're good though. We're good. Fiona, issues with gender identity. Let's get some clear guidance for Fiona regarding their gender identity or her gender. I don't know what pronoun you'd like. If you have a pronoun that you would prefer me to use in this reading for you, please just go ahead and type that out for me so I can not to call you in a way that you don't want to be called, okay? Gender identity for Fiona. Let's get some guidance on that, please. They. Perfect. Let's get some guidance for Fiona regarding their transition, how they're identifying, what to do with all that. Yeah, good. Last one. All right, Fiona, let's get into it. 3 cards for Fiona, please. Ooh, to the ground. We'll get that in a second. 2 and 1. Ooh, I like that. I like how that came out. That was pretty. they kind of. Ooh, 1 second. There we go. They kind of flew out in like a succession. It was very good. So Fiona, you have the 2 of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the 6 of Cups. So what's on the line here clearly is your contentment and your fulfillment and your happiness. Yeah, there's a lot of joy in this deck, period. It is called the happy deck, but you have 2 of the most happy cards, or the happiest cards, I should say, in this deck and in tarot in general, with the 2 of Cups, excuse me, and the 6 of Cups, book ending. Yeah, I feel that for a long time, this is how it's been for you. There's a long history for you of being in between, in this in between space, in this space of, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I go left? Should I go right? Should I be more like this? But I kind of feel like this. And that oscillating back and forth, back and forth. That's indicative of all the 2s. Yeah. All the 2s are about, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this? Should I do that? For you, Fiona, this feels like you are coming closer to recognizing what you should do. I should go left. I should go right. And consistently, maybe not following that exact path, but imagine it this way. If you imagine, I don't know where you live or anything like that, but I live in a city that has like a lot of grids. So our center city area is like this. Each, there's streets that go north and south. There's streets that go east and west. Yeah. And so you might say today, I'm going to start going north, right? So you go north. And then you say, all right, I'm going to turn right. And now I'm going east. And then I want to turn left. If you turn left, then you go north again, right? It's this variability, fluid movement that I think is very attractive to you. There's this maybe not, there's maybe a choice for you, Fiona, is to always be choosing. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense, but to not settle on something concretely. Meaning, if you're transitioning, and I, having known a few people who are transgendered in my life, it doesn't work the same for all. Some people want to make an exact transition. I was born female, now I want to be a male. I was born male, now I'm going to transition and be a female, and that is their only decision, or that's the biggest decision that they make. Is I don't want to appear this way anymore. I want to be this, right? That's one decision. Maybe that's one big decision. I get this sense that you're more of a in-betweener, and I don't want to be offensive, but that's what that feels like. It feels like I don't want to be fully female, I don't want to be fully male. I want to be something else. Or if it's not I want to be, it's more of that's what I feel right now. I am not one or the other. I'm a combination of both, or I might spend a portion of my time being mostly male or wanting to be seen as masculine, but there are other days where I am more drawn to the female aesthetic or the feminine aesthetic, and I want to present that, or I feel aligned with that. So, how does that work? In terms of your identity, it can work any way you want. I ask you your pronoun, you want to be called they, boom. That's how there are those types of choices that you can make. I don't know how far you want to go down this road because again, I've known a few transgender people in my life. Some they go to the point of going through surgeries or hormone therapies. And some go all the way to the other side of the spectrum. Some go about 80% of the way, some go 60%, some go right down the middle. I don't know, have no experience, how difficult it would be for you to navigate that middle ground. Difficult in terms of what other people will say, difficult in terms of what other people will present you with, questions, concerns, right? Um, and even how you would feel. There might be days where you feel very comfortable and confident in saying, I'm neither, or I'm both, or I'm some other option. I'm non-binary, I'm outside of the binary. And some days you might feel really confident and secure in saying that. And other days you're kind of like, what the fuck does that mean? Who am I? Like, it's difficult, it's exhausting. But with this Two of Cups, normally it talks about soulmates, right? So there might be a person around you. I haven't sensed another person. I might clarify this for you. Um, but there's something about semblance or recognition with the Two of Cups. You meet people or you meet a person who reflects back to you something that you recognize in yourself. So I don't know where you're from. I don't know your friendship circles. This could be you becoming more involved in LGBTQ communities or LGBTQ friendship circles, expanding yourself, getting out there, talking to other trans people. Maybe. Could be you meet someone who maybe isn't even trans, but they are able to meet you where you are and accept you as you are. Yeah. More to the point, this is about personal acceptance. This is about not feeling a need to choose over all, not feeling pressured to do it. There's an ease here for you. Like, look how fucking happy these two are to be baking a cake together. Like, they're taking their time. They're not on anybody else's schedule. They're not under pressure here. There's no rush. There's no panic. There's no anxiety. There's just this enjoying of the creation of baking the cake. So there's an enjoyment in the creation of who you are or who you're going to be that I think, not that you need to get into, but I think at some point it's just going to come out for you. At some point, you're going to feel less anxious or worried about who you are. You're just going to be. Now, if that means Fiona changes their name, if that means Fiona changes their gender, if that means Fiona does whatever, it's becoming cool with that works for Fiona. That works for them. And whether that's to the detriment or benefit of other relationships, doesn't matter. It's about really, I feel you're having a soulful relationship with yourself or different sides of yourself or different ways of expressing yourself. And it's just, you're fine. Because, like I said, this Two of Cups normally is talked about in tarot as being a soulmate connection. That might be in the cards for you. We'll clarify. But for you, this is just like, in a way, becoming your own soulmate. Okay, if that makes sense. Some people might not like that, but that's kind of how that feels. Now, next to that is that Knight of Pentacles is going to be a slow process. What do you mean I'm live? I've been live the whole time. It like shot up in front of my face. You're live. Anyway, um, so this Knight of Pentacles energy, Earth sign energy, Gemini, no, not Gemini, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You might have an Earth sign around you or someone coming in as an Earth sign or presenting Earth-like qualities, maybe. Could be you. This energy or person there is support here. There is this friendship here or affinity. There's a comfortability. The hiccup here is how slow this is happening, how slow this person arrives, how slowly this relationship develops, or how slowly this energy builds up inside of you. And the energy, or rather the purpose, the mission of the Knight of Pentacles is to be solid, is to be secure, is to be dependable, is to be this sort of uh, flagship or foundational person, foundational relationship connection. Uh, you've got a lot of cards of love here, so I'm not going to deny that. This could be you. You might not even know or even imagine yourself in some type of partnership, some type of dating relationship, some type of committed relationship, or even being open enough to allow people to even see you. Like, I feel like you you might view yourself as being a non-starter or not even a viable candidate. Like, if you had a Tinder profile, you might think everybody is swiping left on you, like, no, no, no. And then one day someone swipes right on you and you're like, me? Did they mean that? You know, it's like you're not. So there's a long development towards affection, I'll say, from this person or from yourself. The Knight of Pentacles, I want to address it as you. If it is you, I think you'll become, like, I'm getting like this Prince Charming kind of energy. I don't know if that aesthetic applies to you, but there's like a charming, like, short haircut I'm feeling, androgynous, slightly more masculine look, like a like, I hate to use references that make sense to me because I feel they could be like offensive to other people. But this is like stable boy, like in old timey medieval stuff. It's like the young boy that works the stable. You know, it's like you're on track to be a man, but you're not yet a boy. And and there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just like clearly this is someone who it's like a Like you want to protect that type of energy. As much as like this is a young, stable boy, somebody that's capable of, you know, putting shoes on a horse and, cleaning out stalls and doing hard work, you kind of look at them and like, oh, they're so precious. You shouldn't be out here working in all this dirt and muck. Come inside. Come inside, sit down. You want to take, like, this is a energy that is capable of taking care of the self, but other people look at them and they're like, but I want to take care of you. So that's what it is. And as a Knight of Pentacles, I think in many ways, as an individual, you would be into both. Ooh, that's kind of on the nose. You might be into both in all ways. Okay. So you might be into both genders. You might be, sexually in terms of your sexuality. You might, be pansexual, something like that. But I think that you like the idea of being self-sufficient and sustaining your own energy and being relying on yourself, strong on your own 2 feet. But if somebody wants to cater to you or treat you nicely, there is this slow, very slow warm up to that energy of, oh, they want to take care of me. They want to treat me nicely. They want to take me on a date. And there, with the gender issue, not the gender issue, but the idea of gender, uh, can become complicated because in our society, in many societies, it's expected that the more masculine energy or person or appearing person is the lead. So to have maybe that androgynous middle of the road thing, there might be times where you're like, well, should I ask them on a date or are they asking me on a date? Am I paying for dinner? Do they pay for dinner? Am I initiating sex? Or are they initiating sex? And that kind of can confuse the situation. And I'm putting confuse in quotes because I don't think you or whoever you're dealing with would be confused. I think it's just, when your lifestyle or your expression of self is upsetting the traditions or the paradigms of life, it's confusing because all your life you've been told women do this, men do that. People who are like this, they do that, and the other person, they don't do that. So you're having to break these boundaries or exist outside of these boxes, and that can be really like disorienting. And it's going to take time to make that normal for you as living the experience. It's going to take a while for other people to recognize what you're doing and how you're living as a normal way of living. But it's going to come. So don't worry about it. 6 of Cups. Another card that people traditionally associate with soulmates. If you're new to my channel, Fiona, I'm not sure what you know about me, but I'm touch and go with soulmates. Sometimes I see it and it's like smacking me in the face. Other times I'm kind of like, I don't know. Because this is a developing energy, there's a lot of uncertainty just yet. There's a lot of decisions and choices and experiences to be had here. I can't say for sure when and where this soulmate energy might appear for you. But because, like I said, you got the 2 of Cups as your first card and the 6 of Cups, there's some soul recognition that's going to happen in your life with another person, probably. When and where, though, I don't know. Now, the 6 of Cups, it does traditionally talk about someone from your past or someone that you have history with that you recognize and see with nostalgia. You look at them and you're remembering the good times. So I don't know how old you are or anything like that. I'm not sure that this person is from your past, but they feel familiar to you as if you know them, like you've known them a long time. So this could be someone that you meet now or sometime in the future, but it feels like you've known them for years. Again, could be someone within the LGBT community, could just be a friend, could be a family member. It doesn't have to be anybody romantic. But this is that recognition. This is it's definitely feeling at home with a person, feeling comfortable to be yourself with them, feeling embraced by them, encouraged by them, supported by them. Because this has gone from, again, I said this 2 of Cups for you, even though it's normally talking about other people, I feel this is mostly you. I feel this is you coming into yourself, coming into your own identity and understanding who you are. Yeah. And then we have the slow development, the nice little, stable boy kind of imagery that I got. And then now that we are more defined, we have a little bit more structure around who we identify as. When you come into the world as whoever you're going to be, whoever you're going to develop to become, you meet a person who accepts you as you are, does not question where you come from, does not question as in to pick apart. They might question you, oh, when did you transition, or when did you start thinking about this, and when did you start recognizing this about yourself, etc., etc. They might question you in that way, but it's not to tear you down. It's not to poke holes in you and say, well, how can you be sure? It's not that. It's the, oh, that's interesting to me. I find that information fascinating because I'm trying to understand you. Yeah. And their interest in you is genuine. They want to cultivate and or give you reason to smile, give you reason to be happy, and you them. This is a shared, effusive, affectionate energy. And it can, again, just be family or friends. It might be romantic. I don't know your life. I don't know your story. But in terms of you, as your question was really about transitioning, about your own identity and what to do with that and how to come to terms with that or whatever will unfold. I think it's going to be a mostly positive experience. Of course, there will be days and moments where you're just like, I made a wrong mistake, or I made a wrong choice. I'm going down the wrong path, or people will greet you with adversity. They'll greet you with all kinds of bigotry. I hope not, but there will be moments or days where that is your reality. So let's not, even though this is the happy tarot, and even though I'm giving you a pretty positive message, I don't want you to think everything in my life from this moment on is going to be sunshine and roses every day. Not possible. Just not possible, okay? But in general, I think what you have been led to do thus far, because there's a soulful intuition here with the Two of Cups and the Six of Cups, you already know. If you are choosing to make a full transition from Fiona into whomever, from, I'm assuming, cis female, or excuse me, born female, into maybe transitioning all the way to male, if that's your journey, you already know that's your journey, and you already know that's your choice. If it's, again, moving towards the middle space, moving towards this more fluid presentation of gender, that's perfect for you as well. You already know. It's just going to be this slow, maybe personal. Things are falling down downstairs. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, it's about making this personal journey and allowing it to develop over time. I feel with the Knight of Pentacles, it's a very organic process. There's no rush because he's the slowest knight, and that might not sound great to you. You might be sitting here going, I want it over and done with tomorrow. Not going to happen. It's going to take time to develop. It's going to take time for you to become comfortable. It's going to take time for you to find the aesthetic and the presentation of self that you're most comfortable with, but you'll get there. I thought I was going to clarify about that Two of Cups, but I feel good with everything I've said. So Fiona, I hope that helps you. And thank you for an amazing question. I think people come to tarot and they want to ask like really what I would call like a softball question. I'm like, this is a nice little heavy question. I like heavy questions. So thank you for that. Thank you for coming through and expressing yourself. I appreciate it. What was the comment? Because I saw it fly, but I didn't read it. Thank you so much. It did. Perfect. What did you say? What did you say before? That's exactly you. What's exactly you? The stable boy stuff? Because I think that's, was that, are you a stable boy? Are you do you work in a farm? Let me see. Stable boy. Perfect. Well, I'm here for your stable boy self coming up to the surface. Soft boy. Oh, is that a term? Is soft boy a term? I've never heard that before. You're educating me today. And I'm always up to being educated. That's amazing. Soft boy. I've never heard that. Soft boy. Can you hear that? That was a little loud. I mean, it's not offensive music, but what can you do when you live with people? You're welcome, Fiona. I do appreciate it. Good luck, and I hope to see you in the future. You know, everybody who asked me a question or who's here in the chat, just sitting and watching. I hope to see you guys in the future. I thought I would do a closer for Sag, but I don't think I need to. I think we've had a lot of interesting readings for you guys because we did overview, career, health, wellness, and love. I don't think there's any other area that I need to cover. So I'm going to wrap it up unless anybody else besides Fiona has a question. If you want to say hi, you know, ask a question, this is your last call. If not, I'm going to see you guys in January when I do a general for the collective. So, last chance, Sagittarius. And I'm shooting this before Christmas. So again, guys, Merry Christmas to those who are celebrating. Isn't Hanukkah coming up this week? I'm not good. I don't know much. I think I come off like I know a lot and I don't. So who knows? But again, guys, I thank you all for coming out tonight. I really do appreciate you all. Make sure you like the video, comment below, share it, subscribe, do all that fun stuff that YouTube allows you to do. Rose, hey, Rose, Sag Rising, clear quartz, Sag Rising. I've not broken it. What's your sun sign? Clear quartz, because I'll let you know if you have a reading coming up, because I've really done it mostly for sun sign, just because that's what I'm comfortable with right now. As I go and I do these more, like it's going to be more whoever, and especially I'm going to do more general for the collective. And hi, Rose, how are you? How's everybody? That was weird. Oh, Cancer Sun. Oh, you'd be waiting a while. I might do you a solid. It might have to be a hush hush between, you know, us and whoever else is here. But I might do you a solid. Good, Rose. I'm glad to hear it. Clear quartz, because I've only had one question tonight and I've spoken mostly to myself for the past 2 hours. I'm gonna allow it, but I'm not gonna do 3. I'll do you 2 cards. So what's your question? I'll do you a solid. Fire sign energy to another fire sign energy. I'm biased. Sure. I'm here to help. Go for it. Please ask a question. You do not have to apologize to me, Rose. We all have our lives to go out and do whatever we need to do. So, but I appreciate you coming by now. That's the most important thing. You've come in this moment. So I appreciate you showing up and showing your love and support for this person here, me. Oh, am I gonna eat before I go to this party? Like when you go to a party, you expect to eat, right? But I don't know, like if we're having like food, or are we having snacks? Like I don't know what I'm walking into. I know. Point is, I'm hungry now. But I have to be somewhere at 6:30, and I'm not sure if I should eat now or wait. Choices. I think I should eat a little something. Maybe I have like a little snack before I go. Oh. Is everybody excited for Christmas? Christmas coming up? Everybody, or are you guys like feeling like this cat? Like look at this guy. Like he's very not too excited about Christmas, I'd say. Anyway, let me see here. Clear quartz. Well, I'm in a confusing situation with a family friend and I got mixed messages all the time. So you want some clarity on the situation you have with a family friend? I could do you that. I could do you 2 cards on that. It just seems really volatile and like everything I do is the wrong thing. I'd like some advice. Well, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, Clear Quartz, you missed the love reading. It happened just before I did Fiona's reading. So if you came in while I was talking to Fiona, go back a little bit once this is uploaded. The love reading for Sagittarius sounds a little bit like what you're going through, but you want some clear guidance. You want some insight there. I got you. Let's see. For clear quartz, which deck? Ooh, we're down to 2, so that's good. Hey, Sissy. Thank you for showing up. Hit that like button. Clear quartz. Give me some in which deck for clear quartz? Guidance in clear quartz's love life regarding a family friend. Why is that television so loud? Why? It's so loud. Yeah. Nah. Yeah. I'm sorry that took so long. I got a little distracted there. All right, clear quartz. 2 cards give you some clear guidance on the family friend. What's the situation with the family friend? Let's get some clear guidance for clear quartz. And clear quartz, I'm gonna call you quartz. Let's see what's happening there. Oh, you had another message. Let me see. Sag readings have been resonating a lot with my physical situation. With your physical situation. And what did you say? You said Sag rising, right? Let me see. Yeah, Sag rising. All right, quartz. And Sag has been hitting for your. Interesting. Is that the only Sag placement that you have? I mean, I guess that makes sense because, rising is really about presentation, so that kind of makes sense. Let's get 2 cards of clarity for quartz, please. Got you. Yeah, that would make sense. It's kind of, okay. Ooh. This shuffling is feeling abrasive. I'm going to say that. The shuffling feels abrasive. It feels intense. But again, that kind of is in the love reading portion for this. So you go on and look at that. Last. Damn. They're like making me shout last. All right, 2 cards for quartz, please. Give me some insight into their love life regarding this family friend. See? And I watched that back, girl or guy. I think I would assume you're a female. Most people who watch tarot are females, but yeah, okay. Listen. What's this? Intense makes sense because I'm also a Scorpio. Okay, girl. Okay. So, Cancer Sun, Sag Rising, and Scorpio Moon. And the Scorpio reading I did for December was also, listen, I don't know what the situation here is, but let's go ahead. Sissy, I'm answering questions for Sagittarius, but I'm doing a solid for quartz. Not a Sagittarius, but a Sagittarius rising. It's a secret. Don't tell anybody. Anyway, Emperor in reverse. 10 of Cups. So definitely the family situation. I don't know if this is. I don't want to be influenced too much by that previous love reading, so I'm not going to address that just yet. But this Emperor in reverse. This person might be an authority figure. Okay, a boss, your boss. The boss is someone that you work, or not that you work with, but someone you're related to. Like maybe this is person of influence is basically how they're showing me this person of power and influence, older and possibly with the emperor energy, and major arcana for Aries, so could be an Aries, but regardless of, oh, the love portion had the Queen of Wands, and that would fit. So I don't know what this person is, but there's something kind of dark here. Like they keep showing me this is a pulling motion, yeah, and actually what they're showing me is like dough or taffy, like there's a stretching here, and the more this person pulls on you or you towards them or whatever this energy is, quartz, this pull thing gets to a point where the dough or the taffy becomes thinner and gets to the point where it could break. So as you and this person interact, flirt, talk, text, Skype, whatever how you connect, however you exchange energy, every time you do that, this pull continues, right? And it gets to the point where the material here, again, the dough, the taffy, a rubber band, it doesn't matter. The material is pushed to its limit, and we run the risk of something falling apart, breaking. Um, I don't know if that's good or bad. It feels like to the emperor, they don't care. The emperor does not care. The emperor is like, damn the risks, damn the consequences. I want you. I want this. I want to say that. I want to do that. This emperor in the reverse position can be a little out of control, can be a little um, off the cuff, off their hinges. Okay, reckless, risk taking. Uh, I don't know the specifics, but I'm just going to use this as an example. If you, Quartz, were in a relationship and you had a little something on the side with this person would maybe hint or maybe toy around with the idea of, what if I told your husband, assuming you're a female, what if I told your husband about us? They might say that to you to kind of just see where your head is or see how you'd react. What if I just showed up at your house one night? Would that be cool? Like, fuck no, it wouldn't be cool. I lived there with my husband. I lived there with my kids, whatever. What are you talking about? This person likes the idea of the danger. They like the danger of your relationship. They like the the temptation of it, the salaciousness of it, the scandal that whatever is going on, the risk of it, they're into it. They have no they number one, if there was some shit that came down because of it, they could handle it. Or they'd jump into it. They'd jump into it, no problem. They would jump into it, no problem. There's something about if something falls apart here, no sweat off their back kind of energy. Or I don't know what this is. Because it's also like, thank you. When the emperor is upright, they're an established person. They've been doing what they've been doing for a long time. To do this is now, I'm doing something I haven't done ever before, or there's new energy into something that is old and tired and run of the mill, right? So that could be the attraction for this person. I would be wary and cautious, whether you or him or the both of you have a relationship, I don't know. I would be wary of somebody who's willing to roll the dice, throw it all away for the thrill. This person might be after the thrill. Do they want something of substance with you? Do they want to jump from one relationship to another? I don't know. If that could also be the thing. This person could be looking for an excuse to end a relationship. Oh, that's fucked up. If this person is in a relationship, but they don't want to be, instead of just saying to the partner, I don't want to be with you, they would say, they would look at you, Quartz, and say, ah, if I get a jump off with Quartz, then I can end my relationship. The fuck you mean? If you don't want to be somewhere, End it of your own volition. Don't rope someone else in and make it the excuse. Like, oh well, I had to because me and Quartz have a thing on the side, so I'm leaving you because I'm going to go here. You this person might be using you in that way, scapegoating with you, or some people are like that. I mean, listen, it's not my story. I don't believe in that shit. But I've been on the receiving end of, oh, instead of breaking up with me and saying you just don't want to be with me, you needed to jump off and be with another person. And they go immediately into another relationship. Some people need that instead of just walking away into singlehood. I need to walk away into another situation or relationship or friends with benefits kind of thing. And that's what this feels like. Because the emperor is used to foundations, used to having something of substance around them. The emperor is not used to being alone, even though they're a very stoic and independent energy. They're also not used to being alone. Ten of Cups. Now, on your side or his side or whoever's side, there is some type of impact to a group, to a family dynamic, to a close circle of friends. If this is, if you're young enough where you haven't married or have children or something like that. Um, so there's impact here on a family dynamic. I get the sense of someone here is maybe dreaming a little too big about what might happen, what is to come after, or what is going to come out of a situation. Or someone is ignoring the damage that will be done, the rippling effect to the family. This is nasty. The clarity, I think, for you, Clear Quartz, perfect name, seeking a question about clarity. Number one, work with Clear Quartz, maybe. I don't know what your practices are. I don't know, what you believe in or don't believe in. But if you want to do some meditation, do some work on your chakras, do some cord cutting ceremonies, do something. Because I feel that Emperor in reverse combined with the Ten of Cups, this energy requires some type of upstanding or forthrightness, right? We can't get to the Ten of Cups. We can't maintain the Ten of Cups if we come in there with lies, deception, and manipulation. But Emperor in reverse is all about lies, deception, and manipulation, serving of the self, serving their own pleasure, what they're after. Yeah. Caution, big caution. You're an adult, you can make your own decisions, you know your own sensibilities, you know your own boundaries. If you can roll with the drama that this relationship could introduce into your life, if you don't mind risking whatever the Ten of Cups means to you, cool. But there, like I told you, with the pulling, the more you guys interact, the thinner that band of dough or taffy becomes. And as you pull it apart, the center part, the balanced center or central part begins to sag and then it'll break. If you don't mind that as a possible outcome, continue to do what you're doing. If you do mind, if you don't like that, you should stop. Okay, those are your two cards. I hope that helps you, Quartz. Again, that's a big help from me to you because this is designed specifically for sun signs. I'll see you in 2020 when I do the Cancer one, if you want to rock with me then. But yeah, I hope that helped you. Give you some clarity, huh? For my person, I'm assuming you're a female. For my girl Quartz, I think I saw pop-ups while I was talking. Let's see if I was right. I did. Aw. Sissy, I think we can do something for Ashley. If she wants it in private, we can do something in private. But if she wants it here on this reading, she could do that too. That so resonated. You called exactly what I was seeing but unsure of. Okay, Quartz. Okay. I'm glad to have been of service. I'm glad to have helped because that's the point of all this. Um, Definitely rewind to the love reading. Definitely. Oh, Rose. Hey, I forgot about you. I'm sorry. Hey, Rose. Yes, I will read your question now. Sag Sun. Been single for ages. Any sign of a man on your horizon? Let's go ahead and find out. Rose. She looking for a man. Let's see which deck they want me to use for you, Rose. Let's see. Oh man. Sagittarius, you about to have the longest live? 2.5 hours? It's about to be almost 3 because I talk forever. If you're there, guys, and you haven't hit the like button, hit it. If you haven't subscribed, do it. Of course, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. I don't believe in forcing people to do shit. Now, for Rose, man in her future, on the horizon for her. She wants to know. Please give me a deck. Which deck for Rose? Why is that television so loud? See? Distraction. Get it out of here. Yeah. Haven't used this one all night. Oh, Fiona, you're still here? I appreciate that. Hanging out past your question. That's nice. I like that. Thank you very much. Let me read that. I saw your name. 2 for 2. That's aw. Thank you. All right, for Rose. Is there a man in her future? Anybody on the horizon? She's been single for ages. I know how you feel. I know exactly where you're coming from. All right, for Fiona. Or excuse me, not Fiona. I'm sorry, Rose. I'm sorry. I was still stuck on the praise from Fiona. Stroking of my Leo ego. All right, man for Rose. What's coming down the pipe for her? What's on the horizon for Rose? Rose, man in her life. Good. We got there. We like that. Now, Rose, I want you to notice I've shuffled this a lot, and I was seeing this in the peripheral. 9 of Pentacles on the bottom. Just want you to note that. Single ladies card, okay? So, anyway, for Rose, let's see. Any man on the horizon? Rose has been single for a while. What's the situation? Yes, they want me to take that. Ooh, 2 for 1. 2 for 1. Unclear. I'm gonna have to take it because they're like I could separate these two or I could not. Yeah, take another. Okay, thank you. Oh, Rose, you're my first 4 cards out of 2.5 hours. First one getting a 4 card answer. That was happening all the time in the Scorpio reading that I did last month. All right, Rose. 1 came face down, 2 in one position. Here we go. You have the 3 of Pentacles. In the central position, you've got the 10 of Swords and the Knight of Cups together. And the 7 of Wands on the outside there, on the other side. Ooh, 1 of each element. I don't know why they want me to note that. You've got 1 pentacle, 1 sword, 1 cup, 1 wand. So I think they're wanting me to highlight that as sort of like a nod to balance. Pardon me, nod to elemental balance or even seasonal balance. So you've said you've been single for a while. I'm going to assume at least the better part of a year or several years since they're showing me all of the elements, all of the seasons, basically. Now, 3 of Pentacles. I think you've been putting in a fair amount of work here to developing yourself, to bettering yourself. Maybe personally, you've been trying to get more stability in your life, more finances built up. Maybe you've been working to increase your skill set. Um, I'm getting something about your body here. And I don't know your life. I don't know if you have issues with your chest or your breasts, but there's something about working your upper body or working on your physicality or just this up motion, as in building up. Um, Interestingly, if you know anything about tarot rows, with the Three of Pentacles, often we will see more than one person on the Three of Pentacles, but this one has one person. So you've been going at this, negotiating for a better future, negotiating your or developing something, working on something more fruitful in terms of love, but you've been doing it by yourself. So you've been maybe doing those like online quizzes, what's the best match for a Sagittarius? Some quiz is going to tell you your perfect match is a Gemini, your perfect match is a Scorpio, your perfect match is a Pisces, whatever. You've been really trying to put the puzzle pieces together so that you can really know, because the threes also are about investment or about setting sail towards something, setting course. So I'm not trying to say that's exactly what you're doing, but I'm just going to use it as an example. So say you took one of those quizzes. Your best match is a Gemini. So somewhere in the back of your mind, I'm all pointing up here as the back of your mind, the back of your mind, you're now out there looking for a Gemini guy. Nothing wrong with that. Not begrudging you. And again, this is just an example, but that's showing to me your dedication, like how serious you are about finding your match. So, on a more practical or realistic scale, let's say you've been putting in this work and maybe you're developing some of your sensory skills or some of your clairs, right? And you're getting downloads, you're getting hits about, oh, like men in the military or men in like suits, you know. And maybe before you've never dated a guy. This is just an example, but I want it to be a little bit more serious than just based on zodiacs. Um, so maybe you're getting hits and signs and synchronicities and bits of clarity that keep showing you men of valor, men of distinction. And maybe you've never dated a man who's owned a suit. Maybe you've never dated a guy who's been whatever, but the work you've developed within yourself is saying, this is the kind of guy I want. This is the kind of guy that would be a good match for me. So I think you're trying to really steer yourself in the right direction to catch a guy. Now, again, there's something about you're doing this by yourself. So you might be sort of like in an echo chamber where you might be getting the reverberation and not really getting, I don't know, there's something about being in an echo chamber and this person being alone doing this work that is a trouble spot for me that they're kind of cautioning me about. Because when we're talking about negotiations, when we're talking about laying out best laid plans, and your question is about partnership, we need to include other people in some type of way, whether that be potential partners, whether that be friends or family. Not to say that your friends or family have to approve, but I don't know. I need to move past that because it's not 100% sure. I might clarify that, but there's something here about maybe doing too much work on your own, maybe putting too much work on your own shoulders. Oh, is that it? Is that like maybe you're trying to perfect yourself or improve yourself so much, and that's kind of like adding a bit of burden to yourself? Like if you're trying to improve on yourself so much, that signals to you not being to a certain extent, Rose, maybe confident enough to be ready for a relationship because you're constantly saying, well, I'm not ready enough. And remember, I was doing this about your body, and maybe you've been like, okay, if I lose 20 pounds, then I'm ready to date. You lose 20 pounds, and then you're looking in the mirror. All right, 30 pounds. So you lose the additional 10. Now you've lost 30 pounds. You look in the mirror some more. 40 pounds. And it's like, When is the improvements that you're making upon yourself physically, financially, emotionally, whatever, when is it going to be enough so that you're able to go back out there? There's something about that. All right, I think that's what they want me to say there. Now, this central position with the Ten of Swords and the Knight of Cups. This is either realistic or fantasy. So either realistically, there is this energy of the Ten of Swords, abandonment, stabbed in the back, left for dead, just dead on the ground, totaled. You may have come from that. Your potential partner may have come from that. I'm not sure yet who I'm talking to, whether I'm talking to you or I'm talking about a potential partner or the pair of you, but there's just been incredible destruction with that fucking Ten of Swords. I'm really not liking this. I really don't want to look at that card because it's not even the most brutal depiction of the Ten of Swords, but there's something I don't even want to look at that. It's historically very painful. It's very bitter. It's not fully healed, so that's a problem. Um, no, dissatisfied with this. I don't like that. I'm actually going to turn that card over because I don't want to look at it. It was bothering me. And that's interesting. Cuz I mean there are many times where I don't want to engage in energy that I'm presented with. I don't even want to look at that shit. So that's for you or that's for your potential partner, but there's something from the past, some type of pain, some type of loss, something where it's too much to even deal with. And that's why I think I said we could be talking about reality or fantasy because the card that came with it, this Knight of Cups, knights are messengers. Knights are, they travel long distances and they have a mission. Yeah. They're messengers, but they also have missions. They're normally working on the behest of the Queen of Cups or the kings or the queens, right? They're in the employ of those people. So I feel that this energy has a mission. But I'm not sure if that's realistic. Because the Knight of Cups is a dreamy energy. It's not a Don Juan, but it's sort of the like a Romeo kind of thing. Like Romeo and Juliet is like, people acclaim that story like, oh my God, it's such a lovely love story. No, in many ways, it's not. In order for us to be together, we're going to fake our own deaths. But in the process, one of us actually dies, and then we're like, oh shit, you're actually dead. Now I got to kill myself. Oh, wait, I wasn't really dead. I'm waking up to you now being dead, so now I have to be dead too. What? That's a messed up way of looking at love. There's a romanticizing about Romeo and Juliet, which is here in this Knight of Cups. There's a romanticizing of this energy that with this turned down Ten of Swords, I'm just like, I don't know if that's enough. Whoever or whatever the Knight of Cups is, your own energy or the potential of a man coming in, I'm not sure that this Knight of Cups can deal with that Ten of Swords, either in reality or in your mind. Meaning, you're asking me, is there a man coming? That shows some intention of wanting a partner. However, if the real prospect came up, someone says, hey, Rose, I know a guy. I want to set you up. The reality might be, oh shit, I still got a lot of things I got to work on. I'm still building myself up. I'm not ready for a date, but you just asked me. Or maybe you've asked your friends, hey, set me up with a guy. And then I am telling you, maybe there's someone coming, but I don't feel that you're necessarily ready, truly. And so maybe you do go on this date, or maybe you do say to your friends, okay, give him my number. Here he comes. But remember, I turned that Ten of Swords over. I don't know what that is. I don't know what the Ten of Swords is to you. I told you I feel that's not done or it's not fully healed. not fully released. And so, therefore, the Knight of Cups, whether this is a real person or someone that you're imagining, or someone that you're kind of like, well, the next guy who comes across my path and he's somewhat decent and we're kind of a good enough match. I'm going to give it a try. I'm not sure that you're necessarily ready. I'm sorry. I hope I'm not right, because I would like to see people progress and I would like to see people, move towards relationships or dating if that's what they want. But just no, nope, 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 nope. So even if this person is here, even if this person is in your vicinity, I'm not sure that you would be able to receive them. And again, knights are on a mission. I'm not sure that this person, maybe they would even be equipped. Oh, it might be a combination of both. You might feel you've got too much shit on your side to deal with, and you might kind of, again, I don't know what you guys believe in or don't believe in, but there's this thing of like, an element of the law of attraction is the thoughts that you ruminate on and things that you repeat inside your mind or that you visualize create your reality, right? And sometimes that can become distorted because we all have anxiety and we all have worry and doubt. So you may have been asking me and your friends or whoever, and you're putting all this work into, I want to meet a guy, I want to meet a guy, I want to meet a guy. But there's something in the back of your mind. I said that earlier, something in the back of your mind that says, but I'm not ready, I'm not ready, I'm not ready. And you pull back because you're still a work in progress, right? Or there's still something that you're building towards. So a guy comes on your path, you get set up. Here he comes. But you're not able to receive him because of, oh my God, no, because of this. Go away. I got to turn that over again. No. So you're not ready. Even if someone shows up, you won't be ready. They may or may not be a match. I don't know. But just the prospect or just the arrival of this person, they're not ready, you're not ready, or they might be ready, but you won't receive them, or you're ready to receive them and you've been thinking, see, that's the other thing about law of attraction. Those worries, and you put that ownership on yourself, that might be projected onto that person. So they might come and you might say, fuck it. I'm just going to let my fears go. And I'm going to be willing to receive this person's energy or receive interaction with this person. But because you have anxiety and worry in the back of your head, it is implanted into them. And they show up insecure. They show up. They were great on paper. Your friend said he was a good guy. You get to dinner, he has no table manners. We've been texting back and forth. He had great conversation. We get to the dinner table, quiet as a mouse. You could talk to me when we were Skyping or we were texting or whatever, but when it comes to face, this guy drops the ball or you drop the ball. And again, it's like this law of attraction thing. If it's in the back of your mind, you're projecting it out. And that breeds insecurity in other people, or it becomes the manifestation of what exists already inside of you. So your final card is the Seven of Wands. So Seven of Wands is a defensive energy. It's about, protecting what is yours. You kind of keep people out. So I think you still have work to do. I don't think it's like sort of like this scene is depicting where, not this, I don't mean this in an offensive way, or I'm not trying to say anything about, how you can catch anybody, but I'm not saying there's like 6 suitors outside your door. There could be, and you're not letting any of them in. That's not the point. The point is, I think there's something inside that you don't want these suitors, this one guy, these 2 guys, these 4 guys, however many. There's something that you're not prepared to share with them, to expose them to it could be vulnerability. It could be your 10 of Swords could have been a deep betrayal, and it could have been you gave your all to someone before this new person comes on the scene, and there's something in the back of you that says don't trust, can't trust, protect your vulnerability, protect your heart, don't be giving. Yeah. But on paper, There's something about this guy that says, oh, I could trust him. And then when it's time to put up or shut up, when it's time to really test that, is Rose really ready to open herself up to vulnerability? Here comes the Seven of Wands. No, no. Rose is technically not ready. So, is there a guy? Maybe. Are you ready for him? Or he ready for you? Or both? No. No. I want a little clarity on the Knight of Cups, because it could be that he's a real person, or it can be just the idea of a person, the idea of a new guy. I want to know more about this Knight of Cups. That Ten of Swords was bullshit. Whatever it was, if I'm right, and if you would like to share, feel free to share. But that was very difficult for me. I don't know anything about it other than nope. Don't want to talk about it. Don't want to think about it. Don't even want to acknowledge it. It was too much. But anyway, the Knight of Cups, though, I want to see some guidance on who that is. Who is the Knight of Cups? Why is the Knight of Cups here for Rose? Okay. They might be actually, if they're a real person, they might be actually a very good person, but you are very suspicious. Why do I say that? I didn't even show you this shit. You've got the Seven of Swords in the side position, and I've been taking side positions all night, and that's very inconsistent with what I normally do. But Sagittarius energy right now is maybe in this in between space in general. But Seven of Swords in the side position, so you're unsure, you're suspicious, you're cautious, and you got one foot out the door, right? One foot out the door. Sun card, right? Sun card. I feel if there is a guy on the horizon for you, he might be fulfilling. He might bring you a lot of happiness, a lot of joy. You know, this Sun card, as you can sort of see, and as you kind of already know about our own galaxy, is the center of it. Very, very alluring, very, very intense energy. Intense in a way of, like I feel warm, you know, on the nose with the Sun card, but I feel really warm. I feel very, ooh, like it feels good. And that could be what, you know, causes you to be defensive with the Seven of Wands, because maybe that was what the previous relationship was like, or maybe that's how you were at a previous point in your life. I was so enthralled and expressive with this person, previous relationship, or whatever happened in the past, whatever that damn Ten of Swords was about. Previously, I was this open, and then I got my heart punctured 10 times over, stabbed in the back 10 times over, right? Now, that same feeling comes again, or someone comes giving you a same type of vibe. Be open with me, Rose. Be adventurous with me, Rose. Have dinner with me, Rose. Have drinks with me, Rose. And they constantly want to go out with you. Red flag. Why do you want to be around me? What do you want to take from me? Huh? What's your game, guy? What are you after? I can't trust you. So you got to get over this trust. If there is someone on the horizon, it feels like they would be good. Water sign energy also with the Knight of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. They don't have to be a water sign, but just to clarify it in case you wanted to know. But I think you're still too cautious. Maybe that is the purpose of this Three of Pentacles, showing one person. It shows you have more work to do. You might want to negotiate and sort of come into some partnership with someone else, but this deck might be telling you you still need to do some shit on your own. Okay, Rose, I'm sorry, that's not a positive reading. I mean, I guess it is. Go. Don't want to. I had to bury that Ten of Swords really quickly. I suppose it could be positive in the sense of it might tell you, you know, I don't know. I would much prefer to tell people, yes, you're going to be happy and it's going to be great and you guys are going to run off into the sunset together, but that doesn't feel right. So I'm sorry. And this is the first deck that I did a reverse shuffle on because I want that. Whatever the Ten of Swords is, I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and see what I've missed. All right, so Fiona, thank you again for the praise. Oh, very accurate. Oh, relate math. Okay, last relationship ended badly. Western Raven, I remember you. Hello, how are you? Sag Moon, I appreciate you coming through. You were there for the Sagittarius or the Scorpio reading, right? So you're Scorp Sun, Sag Moon, is that right? What's the rising, if you know? I'm just curious. And Rose, you're very welcome. I hope that helped. Like I said, I would much prefer to tell people positive things than not so nice things. Taurus rising, oh man. Oh man. Scorp Sun, Sag Moon, and Taurus. I'm not an expert at astrology or any of that stuff, but that combination, Western Raven, sounds like a headache. Because you've got a very fixed energy with your sun and your rising, but that freewheeling moon. I don't know. That would be a combination I think I would struggle with personally. I'm super dynamic. I bet you are. Wow. All right, guys. So if there is another Sagittarius sun Sagittarius in the group who wants a reading, I will answer your question. If not, we're going to wrap up. Sissy, if you're here, let me know what Ashley wants to do. If she wants something here publicly or if she wants something private. Let me know. And if not, I'm going to begin to wrap up. I thank you all who have come tonight so far. Again, if you're not subscribed, maybe you like me enough now that you want to subscribe. Make sure you like, share, and do all that fun stuff. And Sagittarius specifically, I'm going to be back soon doing the mids. The mid-monthlies are coming out soon. No communications are coming out. So if there's anybody here if there's anybody here cross-watching for a Sag and you're not talking to that Sagittarius, that reading will be good for you. And then I'm going to also, again, go live for the collective after the new year. I haven't decided the day. So if you are subscribed, you'll see it in the community tab. You'll see it come across your feed. You have to also in the feed, I forgot to tell people, you have to tell YouTube, I want to see updates from posts as well as videos. If you don't ask for posts, you'll never see it. So you have to make sure that you tell YouTube, I want to see uploaded videos and posts. Because for right now, I only announce things through the community tab. So I'll be doing the live for everybody in January at some point. Be on the lookout for that. And yeah, and then of course you got your January's coming up and all that good stuff. So unless anybody has a question, I'm going to say goodbye because I need to go and get ready for this party. Thank you, Rose. I love you. I love you showing up. I love Western Raven. XOXO. Right back at you, my friend. I really enjoyed doing this work and building the channel up. And so I want to continue to do that. So if you guys continue to support me, that's all the motivation I need. I'm like Tinkerbell. You do that and I'm like, oh my God, yay. Anyway, so I'm assuming there's no more questions. I hope you all have an amazing night or morning or whatever you're doing, wherever you are in the world. It was a wonderful time. And again, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year if I don't see you before then. All right, guys? Have a good night. Bye.